Come on. All right, we are live,
No,
and
we're
I'm
not.
going to make a few adjustments before we get fully started here. But this is another episode of the L3R3 podcast with myself, Hard Days Mike, and it's me, Twan.
Oh,
Whoever wants to go first, start us off. How are you doing? What's going on? All of that. All of that.
I'm doing all right. Just got off work not too long ago. Training new people, and that's going about as well as you'd expect. But outside of that, I've been playing a ton of Sulaco, and if anyone doesn't know what that is, it is what?
what?
Continue.
That's having an episode.
Yeah.
It's
rather.
a boomer shooter made on the GZ Doom engine. So basically, it's just like a modified Doom engine with some niceties put in, but it is the like modified original Doom engine. It's not like kind of like in the same skin. It is that engine, and like it's so modified though that there's ray tracing in it. So that's pretty fucking insane to think about. Anyways, it's a great game. It's very inspired by things like Half-Life and like Fear. I feel like those two are like the bigger like inspirations for it, and it absolutely plays like it. Especially a lot of the combat has a lot of it has like a flow of like Half-Life, but also kind of has the combat style and like pizzazz of like Fear. It's really
Yeah,
nice.
I really want to give Fear a shot one day. I always never get around to doing it though.
Yeah,
Fear's
that's something I
pretty
need to
fun.
get around to. I've only played a little bit of it. So I know
played
what
Fear
combat's
3.
like.
I played a bit of like co-op in like Fear 3. That one wasn't too bad.
I played a lot of Fear 3 co-op
1 and
back
2
on
was a bit
OnLive.
better. Yeah, online.
Back
Same.
yeah,
That's
online.
when
Yep,
I
you
tried
just
it
go
too
play that the
originally.
free co-op mode. Yeah, I'm exactly.
Yeah, I would do
30
like
minutes.
some survival, you know. It's
Yep,
like
the survival mode. Yep. But I did play a
it's
little bit of the first Fear, but
good
but
old
no, but
OnLive.
oh my god, OnLive, rest in peace to a real one.
Yeah,
But,
that was cloud gaming done right, in my opinion.
dude, I love that
OnLive.
thing. I don't really give a shit. I thought that was great.
Like
but
you see all the spectators and everything.
yeah,
know?
that was a good experience. That like
Yeah.
actually felt like a
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah,
But
it
anyways,
felt like the future. Anyways, all right, let's continue. Going off topic.
oh yeah. So the game, it's really, really fun. It just came out. It's technically early access, but I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like the game is like complete. It's not in like a broken mess. It's nothing. And it's like, honestly, they could have just said this is full release, and I wouldn't be able to tell the fucking difference. It's great. It plays really good. I haven't had any bugs yet. It's very interactable to a degree I was not expecting. Like, once again, it's this actual reflect like ray tracing.
It's control support.
Yes, it does have controller support, full controller support, and you can rebind the keys and everything. It's great. I think it can be a very tough game, and the recommended difficulty is hard. There is an easy and normal mode, but I am playing it on the hard difficulty, and they're not lying when they say it's hard, because you can just get. There are certain AI enemies in that game that are legitimately a squad. And what I mean is like there's a lot of like random riflemen, but you will know when someone's an AI is a squad by the way like they have like an insignia around their like kind of like around their head, like a little thing above their head and like around their feet to tell that they function as a squad. And when I tell you they push like they're an actual squad, they push like they're an actual squad. It's actually crazy how they outflank you. And the dialogue they have, I love that. Like if you're killing off their squad, it's like, oh, he's down, you got to push right. He's like, how many of us are left? Oh shit, there's no one left. You know what I mean? It's like, I love that kind of. It kind of gives me the sense of Trepang 2 when that used to happen in that game. There's a lot of interactivity, lots of like notes you can pick up, little puzzles you can do. It's a nice kind of like a palate cleanse from the normal type of boomer shooters I always play, where I'm just essentially running forward and like shooting, which those games are great, but you know what I mean. Yeah, but I'm having a ton of fun with that. I'm also still grinding away at Star Wars: The Old Republic. That game's fantastic. Nearing 200 hours on that, almost there. And other than that, I've just been reading a book. So
just reading a book.
Just reading
Hunger Games.
Oh man, it's just the joke I was gonna make. I can't.
I know what joke you're gonna say, but the book I am reading, and not the one Matt wants to say.
Does it start with an M?
No, shut up, Matt. The Storm of Steel. I don't want to butcher that poor man's name. I believe it's pronounced Ernst Junger. I believe it's pronounced.
Yeah, I really want to
great-
hear Matt's joke now.
No, you're not.
You're not going to hear that on
You're
this
not
show.
getting that joke.
You're not going to hear that on this show.
But it's a brilliant book. It's a firsthand diary of World War One. It's like trench warfare. It's really brilliant. I feel bad because I probably butchered his name, so I'm not going to say it again. But it's fantastic so far, and yeah, I've been enjoying that. And what about you, Twan? What have you been up to? I've done enough talking.
Okay, I've been doing actually quite a few things. I've been playing some Steam Deck. You know, I got a dock. One game I've been playing a lot of though, which is a fantastic game, Sonic and All Stars Racing Transform. Probably one of the best kart racers like of all time, in my opinion. And yeah, I just
Oh
been
my God,
unlocking
yeah.
everything.
Sorry,
So
I
you,
played that one. I played that one.
that one's great. It's when we could do, you
Is
know,
that the one on the
transform.
Vita?
Yeah,
Is that the one on
it
Vita?
is on
Yep.
it is on Vita as
Yep,
well.
I had
So
that
when
on
you
Vita, it was
transform
great.
into a boat, you transform into the jet, and
That game
every
was great.
lap, the layout of the
It changes.
yeah, it changes. The stage changes. As
That game
you
is
go into-
underrated. I agree.
it's a fantastic game. So I've just been playing that. I unlocked all the characters. You know, it's kind of like the Steam version is actually like the best version of that game because they actually have
Really?
they have like actual exclusive characters.
What?
Even the graphics have been improved. Like they changed some models around. Like it's actually it's actually crazy how much work they actually put into the PC version of that game.
Well, now I
So-
gotta get that. All right.
Yeah, it was actually on sale. Man, you missed your chance. It was on sale for dirt cheap a bit ago.
Fuck.
But,
All right, continue.
yeah. But yeah, anyway, great game. Also, recently I got a 64DD. That's actually an add-on for the Nintendo 64. It's pretty rare. I've been wanting to get one for a while. Don't ask how much I paid for it, but I also because
How much you pay for that one?
no. Anyways, to get back on topic, so
That is the topic. I'm sorry.
so I got F-Zero X, right? And there's actually an add-on called the expansion pack for the 64DD. So basically what you do is you plug in the cartridge and then you plug in this disc, which is an expansion pack, and it basically adds DLC to the game. And it's actually sick because there's new stages, there's a track editor, there's you create your own vehicles, there's new music. It just makes the game so much better. And I've just been so addicted to that game recently. I've been playing it all night, fucking 5 hours. It's just so good. So you can't go wrong with F-Zero. It's one of my favorite Nintendo franchises, but it's just dead now. It's been dead for over 20 years, unfortunately. But
Rest in peace.
but I mean, hey man, at least the games that we do have, they're fucking great. So
True.
yeah. So I'm just enjoying those ones. And then other than that, I've been playing. I'm almost done. Unicorn Overlord. I've been playing that for a while, and yeah, that game's fantastic. I've talked about it already a few times on the show, so I'm not gonna just. It's a great game, and I'm enjoying that as well. Probably gonna get back to that after this show. So yeah, I think that about wraps it up for me.
All
That'll be
right.
you.
All right. See, I mean, I guess since the last time we had our show, I beat Hellblade.
Oh yeah, I forgot that came out. Yeah,
that did come out.
yeah.
It was a really good game. I wish it was
It was
I knew it was going to be short. I fully expected it to be short, but I was hoping after playing it, I kind of wish it was they probably could have added another hour.
Yeah.
I felt the exact opposite of how I felt with Ragnarok. Where
Mhm.
Ragnarok, I mean, granted, two whole different budgets, obviously.
Yeah.
But Ragnarok, there was a point in Ragnarok where I was wow, this is getting a little bit boring. But then they did a really good job by picking up the story, and then it ended really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, I was this is really, really, really good. And then it was over, and I was oh, shit.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it was a really good game. I had a lot of fun with it. I know the whole thing. I guess we can talk about too a little bit later, but the whole thing with everybody being really disappointed by it. Yeah, having weird expectations for it was kind of strange.
Mhm.
But I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I give it somewhere for what it is. I gave the first game an 8. So for what it is, I'd probably give that somewhere in between a 9 and a 9.5.
Oh really?
all things considered. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So you
much
say it's
better.
better that you say it's better than the first one then.
It's so much better than the first game.
Alright.
It's like everything the first game did, that game does better
Okay.
by a pretty decent margin. Honestly. So I definitely I also like the combat. Where like in the first game, they kind of surround you with enemies, but you're really only fighting one at a time.
Yeah.
But like the way the camera is in the first game, you can see all the enemies on your screen, even though you're only fighting one at a time.
Mhm.
Whereas in this game,
Yeah, it
the
looks
camera
like really
comes
one-on-one.
yeah,
when you're
it's
fighting.
the camera comes in really close on your back, and you can see one enemy. There might be other enemies around you, but you are fighting one enemy at a time, and you can only see that enemy.
Mhm.
And I like that the whole 1v1 feel of it.
What were your thoughts about it being like letterbox though? I know a lot of people have been complaining about that.
I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it fit the game really well.
Yeah.
I feel like if it was more of solely like an action game, like something like Heavenly Sword, like they've made or something, like if it was
Yeah.
like that, then that would be a problem. But
Yeah.
given the fact that it is like a movie that's interactive, but it is more like a movie, I didn't have too much of a problem with it. I thought it fit it pretty well, honestly. Outside of that, let's see. Fallout, I've been playing just a stupid amount of Fallout, and I've been playing Fallout ever since the show came out, and I haven't stopped. I can't for whatever reason. I just can't seem to stop. So there's Fallout 4. I've been playing a lot of that. X Defiant, a little bit of that.
Oh
every
yeah, I've been
weekend.
wanting to try out X Defiant actually. I never got around to doing it.
It's got its flaws.
It's like Ubisoft's Call of Duty essentially.
Yes, it's very much Ubisoft's Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Which, you know, some things they did really, really well. Other things they didn't do so well. I feel like there's a lot they can add to that game, but it's early. They need some more time. I think they need to add, as a starting point, add a few more game modes though, like specifically TDM, even like free for all stuff, something like because all their game modes in X Defiant right now are objective based, and I don't mind that, but it's like most people, and especially if you're not in a lobby with like friends, most people aren't playing the objective, which is
so. Do they not have like TDM or
no? It's all objective based game modes right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is I think they could fix a lot of problems with that game just by adding TDM to it. That'd be a very good start.
Yeah, they gotta they gotta get a lot of people on board on this game before Black Ops 6 comes out. That's for sure.
That's the thing you want to get that game as good as it can possibly be before Call of Duty comes out, and that's it. Yeah. Relatively speaking, that's not a long time from now. Like the rumor is October. It's I mean, at the latest, it'll probably be November.
Yeah, time's running out, you know. Especially this is like Black Ops 6. This is gonna be a big, like, we're gonna talk about this later on.
Yes, it'll be huge.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can get whatever they need to get in order before that happens, because that's gonna be tough if they don't. Call of Duty, let's see. I'm trying to think. You can see Doom gameplay here, which I kind of stink at because I haven't been keeping up with it. And I haven't played the arcade mode in a long time. And you'll see like multiple levels in this where it's like my best score. I don't even come close to my best score.
Man, I haven't played 2016 in so long. Like, I feel like I would like be like so. It feels so weird because I'm so used to Eternal now, where it's like, oh, you know, how do I do the dash and this, that, you know? It's like it'd feel disorienting, you know?
Yeah, I kind of stunk at it, but I did get Slayer ratings on all of my things except for the last level I played. I got a gold, but whatever.
What game again? I'm sorry.
I was playing Doom.
Oh, I'm talking about Doom 2016 on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. But that's about it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've been playing. That's it. Maybe a little bit of Assassin's Creed, but other than that, that's not.
I saw you playing Call of Duty for a little bit.
Yeah, I played Modern Warfare 3.
Like,
I've been doing is I've been playing, like, during the week I'll play Modern Warfare 3. Just because I quite frankly I think Modern Warfare 3 is a better game than X Defiant. But on the weekends I'll play X Defiant because they usually, especially the first couple weekends, they've had double XP.
Yeah. I mean, no one does Call of Duty better than Call of Duty, you know? So
that's pretty true, honestly. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough to top that, honestly.
Yeah.
But good luck to him. We can get into some topics now. What I want to do though first is I want to go over the whole PlayStation State of Play, and we're not going to do this thing like shout out to Loke, but we're not going to do this thing where we talk for 20 minutes about every game that was shown. We're not doing that.
no.
But I'm just gonna bring up a list of things here. I'm gonna hit through the list. If you got anything to say about it, say it. If not, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Everything announced at Sony's State of Play. I'm just gonna keep the gameplay going. Honestly, I'll just bring it up on my other monitor.
We all know there's one game I have a lot to say about.
I know and we're gonna say that one's just like the showcase. It'll be the last one.
Yeah.
So first off, we're gonna go directly in order how this went in the showcase.
Yeah.
Concord.
Oh yeah.
One, I've heard what Mike has to say about it. I know what I got to say about it. I want to hear what you have
Yeah.
to say about Concord. What are your thoughts about Concord?
Yeah, it's just Overwatch at home, I guess. I mean, that's the
fair.
vibes I got from it. I mean, it's just another hero shooter. I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are kind of like. I mean, I don't think it looks like that bad. Like personally, I mean, I don't really play hero shooters that often, so I'm not really sure like
Yeah.
what a bad looking hero shooter would be like. Because the only one I've really played was like Overwatch and Quake Champions, if you want to count that. So
Oh
Yeah.
my god, quick!
yeah, because
I
I guess
still have
Quake
that
Champions
installed
is
from the last time we played that.
yeah, like I guess Quake Champions would count as a hero shooter, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, other than that, like I'm not really too experienced in that genre. But I just yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what Concord was supposed to be or what it was hyped up to be before it was shown off. Like I don't really remember. I think it was just like a CG trailer we had, right? We didn't really know much about it.
A CG trailer that showed nothing other than a jiggly hamburger.
Oh yeah, that was that game. That was the one.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of like a nothing burger. You know, I'm probably not gonna play it. Let's be honest. And
Yeah.
I mean, anyway, I mean, I think there's the beta coming out, so I guess we'll really see. Like, I feel like a lot of people are overreacting, but I don't know.
Sure.
I mean, it just kind of looks like an average hero shooter to me. That's what it looks like
Yeah.
to me. So
I think the what this game deserves reaction wise is somewhere in between what it's got and this is fine.
yeah,
It's somewhere in between this is fine and the reaction it's getting.
yeah,
Because when I saw it, I was like, it kind of looks a little bit like Destiny. I like Destiny's multiplayer. And then
Mhm.
they introduced the whole hero shooter aspect of it. And I was like, I don't know about that.
yeah.
But if it's free to play, I'll give it a shot. If it's
Yeah.
costs any sort of money, like even Ham
Well, I'm
was
sure the
talking
beta
like-
will be free when that comes out. you know?
Sure, yeah. But
Yeah.
Ham was talking like the game probably be like the same price as Helldivers. And I'm like, dude, if that game's $40, I'll never ever play it. I promise you that.
Mm.
But Mike, what do you think? I know I've asked you privately in party chats, but
Oh
what do you
god,
feel?
I don't know, dude. I just
Like it's hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to have a good opinion because I just don't play those type of games, right? So
I do.
It'd just be a
at
very
least, at least I
unbiased.
enjoy
Like,
these.
yeah.
I enjoy these type of games, so I'm going to talk from
Yeah.
a person that enjoys these type of games. That and how they announced or showed that CGI trailer was fucking awful. They should
yeah, that
have
was
done
confusing.
That
That
was
was
just,
it essentially advertised like a completely different game. It should have been like if they're gonna do like a CGI, it should have been much shorter. Like it almost like I had one friend tell me say that he thought the game was gonna be like an extraction shooter type by the way that CGI trailer went out. Like they looked like they were extracting, they were trying to get to some
Mhm.
objective with an item they had, and you're like, oh, okay, it's an abstraction game. And then they cut to the gameplay. No, it's a hero versus hero, unique ability. Everyone can do the yada 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 yada. 5v5. Every character's unique, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Well, why the hell was it originally this team looking like they're trying to run away with some objective? Like, I understand they're probably trying to like, get you to somewhat bond with these characters, but there probably should have been another way to do that. I feel like if anything, that trailer should maybe be saved for like those, how they love doing like for Overwatch, they have all those like really fancy trailers per character and stuff. Like they could have like maybe saved it for that and find a different type of trailer. I just don't think that helped at all. I saw a lot of people pissed
Mhm.
off. I didn't watch this live, by the way. I only watched it afterwards.
Me neither. Me
Uh,
neither.
But I saw a lot of people on my timeline. Why the fuck are we still looking at a CGI trailer for this game?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
apparently, it went on pretty damn long. I can't even remember how long it went on when I even rewatched it, but or when I technically watched it for the first time. But yeah, and then it gets to a gameplay, and then the gameplay essentially just looks like Destiny 2. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are we doing here? And this is not me shitting on Destiny 2. I think Destiny 2 has wonderful gameplay. I don't play it because I want to experience all the other story stuff, and I really don't want to watch a 10-hour YouTube video to get all that information. I'd rather just play the fucking game, but
Mhm.
here we are. But but I'm looking at it. There's a lot of animations that were literally just fucking from Destiny 2.
Do you think
And
Bungie
it's
had any
like
involvement in this game?
they had to. Well,
Well,
apparently somebody.
Bungie's the consultant company, right? They're like
Yeah.
the multiplayer company for them.
They're the consulting company, and apparently, I think some of the people that used to work at Bungie work on that game now.
I mean, Bungie's
That
the reason
wouldn't
why
surprise me.
Last of Us was canceled, probably.
Which
And actually that breaks my heart that we got another hero shooter, but like The Last of Us could have been something really special.
Yeah.
Like that multiplayer experience. Like
Mhm.
genuinely, I think that could have been really special.
I was actually really excited. I mean, it was Last of Us Factions was probably my most hype thing that I knew about from PlayStation in the
Mhm.
foreseeable future. So yeah, I agree. Continue.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It bums me out, dude. It's like I'm like, oh great, so I get another, another hero shooter, and a game that plays essentially, at least from what it looks. I can't judge it because I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, it looks and plays exactly like Destiny 2, and I'm like, The Last of Us factions, or Last of Us Factions 2, whatever the fuck it was going to be called in the end could have been something a little bit more unique in the whole open world zombie. Like, I mean, yeah, there's plenty of those games out there, but I'm gonna be honest with you, in my opinion, there aren't a lot of good ones.
Mhm.
So it's like,
Yeah,
I
what
know,
was the
I
one
know
that
there's
just
like Daisy,
released?
I know there's like
Day
pardon?
before or whatever shit, the one that
The day
released and
before
got
that game.
killed
Oh my
like in a month,
god, dude, I forgot about that scam. Holy shit.
right?
The
But
day
like, there's like,
before.
and it's like I'm not saying there aren't any good like those type of games out there, but there are none that are on the AAA level of what possibly Naughty
Yeah.
Dog could provide us. So when I think of like all that and all these other games that are still coming out and like Naughty Dog's thing is not coming out, I get bummed out. That's what honestly my main takeaway is, that I'm bummed out that we're not playing The Last of Us Factions instead.
Yeah,
Because who knows though? Maybe that was hot dog shit. Who knows though? But
could have been.
it's hard for me to
Could have been.
imagine. But so my overall opinion is this: I'm sorry, man, but the developers, I'm not shitting on the developers either, because I'm happy they're able to make the game they want, and it could still be a great game. Just because I don't like it does not mean it's not a great game. That's not how that works. Unless I'm talking to Matt, then it's the truth. But it's. I'm not excited. I'm sorry. Like I see a lot of people. I saw some people on my timeline like, no, it looks really good. I'm like, I don't know. The only new hero shooter I'm looking forward to playing is the fucking Star Wars one coming out tomorrow on the Switch. That's what I'm
Oh
excited to
yeah,
play.
I heard about that one.
Like, I'm excited to play that because I love Star Wars, but that's
Mhm.
really it. It's not like, it's some like actual great looking game. It looks fine,
Yeah.
but I'm only in it
Yeah.
for Star Wars.
Yeah, you're in it for the source material.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my take.
That's fair. That's fair. I agree with a lot of
reasonable
everything you guys said. Second in the show, quickly, is God of War Ragnarok, the PC announcement. This kind of ties it. In fact, we'll make this a subject, just the whole PSN requirement
hmm
for PC, which I've seen many people talk about. Many people I follow who are otherwise really cool people, with this general sentiment of like, I don't see what the big deal is, just sign into PSN. And then I see a video literally from somebody else that I follow. I think Ham was the one who quote tweeted it. Crazy Louie was talking about like in his country, he can't play Helldivers He can't play Ghost of Tsushima. He can't play God of War Ragnarok when that comes out. But him owning Days Gone, him owning Horizon Zero Dawn, him owning all those other games from before this whole era, like it's fine. He can play those no problem. But because they arbitrarily decided, hey, you need a PSN account, now the entire country that he's in, plus what is it, like 170 something total countries, like just can't play the game, which is like I get for like us, for me,
Yeah, it
I'll
doesn't
just
really matter. I
sign-
mean, you
yeah,
already have
I'll
a
just
PSN account, right? I mean,
exactly. I'll just sign in. It
Yeah.
doesn't bother me at all.
yeah.
But like the idea that of like me getting online and just being like, I don't see what the fucking big deal is. Just sign in and quit bitching about it. It's like, dude, that's not that simple for a fair amount of people in the world, quite honestly.
And I found
So-
out too that apparently with Steam, you can't do like cross like
VPN.
regional like account logins and stuff. So people are like, oh, just make an account in a different country. You can't do that. Steam
Yep.
will block you out. Like, also in some countries, apparently you actually need to own the console itself to make an account. Like,
Oof.
it's
Yikes.
it needs to be. It's bad.
Yeah,
not good.
no, it's not good at all. I
Also,
just
it's like, does this mean like this God of War Ragnarok? Is this gonna have like always online DRM on PC? Is that what this means?
That's a
I
good
have
question. I don't know how that works.
no idea. No
Yeah, 'cause
idea.
how is that gonna work if you need to always be signed in? You know what I'm saying? Like, it always has to be like an online check or at least something like that. I imagine.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a fair question. I don't really know how that's going to work,
Yeah,
honestly.
like, let's say you want
I-
to play this
can
on
I just say
Steam
real
Deck,
quick?
right? Oh, sorry, I couldn't.
I want to say real quick, it was really funny that Herman Holtz like interviewed the other day saying how they're going to make story games wait on PC, yada yada.
That
And
was
came out like,
yes.
the
The
day
next day,
prior,
yeah.
and then like a majority of the games at that showcase are going to be like on PC the
Yeah.
exact same day. I
Yeah.
thought that was really funny.
Yep.
just thought
Yeah, I
that
think
was
like the
dumb.
only game that wasn't going to PC was like Astrobot. I think.
Astrobot.
That was
Yeah,
the
it's
only
like
one.
obviously I think
Yeah.
Astrobot's dope as fuck, but like it's
Yeah.
like one of those games where I'm pretty sure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Which-
I mean, PC guys aren't really heartbroken about, even though it's a cool game in my opinion.
Yeah.
Let's say we should talk about that too, because I'm pretty sure it was the day before the showcase
Yeah, it was.
I think it
literally
was.
the day
where
before.
where
Yeah.
Herman Hulst was like, "Hey guys, our plan is basically unchanged. Live service games go day and date to PC, which is kind of what everybody expected. And our not service games, but our single player games, we're going to use those to draw the PC community into our console." And I'm like, okay, so before this whole showcase, when I heard that, when I saw that clip on Twitter, I was like, well, that's not how that's going to work.
Mm.
That's just
No,
not
yeah.
gonna, that's not going to work that way, quite frankly. But also considering the fact that during the showcase, they're like, "Hey, God of War Ragnarok coming to PC." It's like,
Yeah,
so your
It's-
whole thing is like, we're gonna make you wait for a year and a couple months,
Mhm.
and it's like, I don't think you understand, quite frankly, the PC community,
Yeah.
and that's
It's either
fair. I
you're
think-
in or you're not in when it comes to PC. You know.
Well, yeah, it's fair that they don't understand it because what experience do they have in PC really? Like not much at all. So it's fair that they're learning, figuring things out. But like that whole statement of like, "Hey guys, we're going to be drawing people in with our single player games." I feel like that's just kind of lip service. I feel like he's saying that more for people who are playing on PlayStation, certainly, than he is for people who are playing on PC. Because the people playing on PC, whenever they hear him say that, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They really don't. Like, there's so much to play, like, just in general, let alone on PC, where it's like, I mean, think about what people were doing before. What was the first game from them that come to PC? I can't remember if it
Well, I
wasn't
think
Days Gone.
Helldivers 1. I'm pretty sure Helldivers 1 was the first game that come.
No,
on.
I mean from their big single player.
Well, probably Horizon Zero
games.
Dawn then.
I think it was Horizon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Horizon Zero Dawn, like the first.
Yeah. So
game.
like, think back to, I think that was like 2018 or something like that. I can't remember, but think back to that where like what happened before that? Like what happened before that for the PC players who wanted to play PlayStation games? Like were they all abandoning the PC just to play those games? No.
Yeah.
They just kind of played what they had.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they were really bothered by it, they bought a PlayStation. But it's like you're not going to cause a mass exodus from PC because you're not giving them, I don't know, fucking Uncharted 5 or Last of Us 3 on day one.
That's one thing I always kind of want to address, and I want to say this as someone that that pretty much doesn't play a majority of Xbox exclusives. If someone that plays almost no PlayStation exclusives, I don't think really people understand how they're objectively incredibly well-made games, but how expendable a lot of these games are to a lot of people. A lot of people will absolutely have their favorite game that was made by one or two people that they bought for $5 and put 1,000 hours into it. And they'll have a way better time, or they'll have a way better time than paying $70 for a campaign they might beat in 15, 20, 30 hours and then maybe not touch it again. Like the whole PC gaming community is a completely different beast of so many different options to pick and choose from of games and ways to get them and ways to play them and ways to access them. You're not just locked on PlayStation or Xbox, on the console at the mercy of whatever gets dumped onto the Microsoft store for that controller, for that device. That's not how the PC gamer space operates. We don't people might want to be on Steam, but it's you don't have to be there. There's so many other ways you can play things and different games and experiences that you can get. And I mean, that PC gamers have been doing that for decades just fine. I think it's just one of those things where I still think one day they are going to have to go day and date, or they're going to go day and date. I have no idea how soon, but pardon me as I choke on my Gatorade. But it's one of those things where it's just, I see a lot of people if they really want those games, they'll get it. And I'm like, guys, it's I'm not saying they're not good, but it's for me, I'm interested in playing Spider-Man 1, 2, and Miles Morales, but I'm just gonna wait until the second one hits PC because there's 50 other games I also rather be playing right now, and I'll play those games eventually. I don't. It's not. The PC gaming market, I argue, has less. I don't want to miss the conversation-itis than console.
Yeah, that's
audiences. It's no one gives a fuck. I know fucking subreddits dedicated to PC gamers waiting literally 4 years to play a game until it hits a certain price point, and they'll come back yep, I waited, and they don't care. We don't care.
A lot of PC gamers waited 6 years just to play Persona 5 because that was only on PlayStation for years.
It's this isn't shit talking those games. It's not. They're great, but it's in the grand scheme of things, they're a drop in a bucket to the rest of what there is to play and to experience. And it's and I think that's also why I do believe Holst, however you say his name, Herman Holst. I'm saying the wrong person's name. I was saying the Andrew Holst, however that guy's name's pronounced. He does the Doom soundtrack for the DLC, him and David. But I do believe him. We're going to make him wait because I think a part of him knows that, but I feel they're still going to get to a point where, money talks, and I think breaking Steam with a Spider-Man 3 release is more important than maybe pushing an extra couple 100,000 consoles, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know
exactly. I just like I said, I feel that whole statement was kind of just that wasn't for PC players. That was for people on PlayStation who are worried for whatever reason. But my games are going to go to that. That's who that was for.
Yeah,
that wasn't for PC play because Herman Hulst has to know, and if he doesn't, then somebody at PlayStation or Sony has to know that that's not how that's going to work. So and even if nobody at PlayStation knows that, they're going to find that out pretty quick. But that's not how that works. Whenever they release, I guess we'll find out in 2025, as they said, their next big release. That's a sequel or whatever. So I don't know how they said it.
It's a major franchise.
Yeah, major franchise getting a new release. 2025 is mid 2025 is when we'll see that stuff. So we'll find out with whatever that ends up being, like when that launches on PS5 and they don't have it on PC, how much it really matters to people on PC. And I think they're going to be surprised by the results. Quite frankly.
I also wonder how they get this metric, by the way. I'm really curious. I feel like a way they could have done it if they weren't fucking dumb, and I'm going to say it real quick because I'm still mad about it, is if they got this whole PlayStation logging in and a PlayStation launcher done way earlier. Because they probably could have gotten way more user data. Like, oh, this person made their first PlayStation account for a game that we released on
That's
Steam. Oh,
true.
look at
Yeah.
this. This is their first console. Look at this. This
Mhm.
works. We got someone to buy a you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Like,
actually a good point. Yeah.
Like, but they fucking just didn't, and you know, and now they're getting their fucking ass freaking beat by people on the internet because they fucking have how they're doing it. I really
Mhm.
think there's a great way to pull information from people and the read the room, and they just don't do it, or they didn't do it, or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, it would also be good information. Let's say if someone had a PlayStation account before, but it shows them that they actually quit they quit their console to continue playing on PC. Be like, oh, this guy used to have a PS3 or whatever, right? But now he's on PC. Or this guy just made an account on PC. Oh, but now he's on PS5, or we just got a PS4 or something, you know. So
Or
actually,
hell, maybe even in a reverse way. Oh, this guy hasn't been on PlayStation since like 2014, but look, he's on Steam and he's bought every single thing we've released on Steam full price.
Look, now he got a PS5 like a year later, you know, or something.
Or dude, or even if they don't like it, now they just have someone buying games there in their ecosystem, increasing the cash flow. Wow, cash flow, and they're still buying PlayStation products, but on the PC platform. Like, there's ways they can actually record this data, and it to be, and it's just like that's more so what I'm getting at in general. Like, they could be getting completely new users in like period.
Yeah, maybe that's what they're trying to do, but they're like a little too late with it, you know.
I think you're right. I think it might. That's why I think it might be a few more years until we get real day and date. Honestly, the more I think of it.
Yeah, they're probably okay. Let's push this on everyone. Actually, get the numbers, because maybe they're like trying. Maybe who knows? Maybe they regret not doing that earlier. So
I think that's go on.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I think they do regret it, and I think we'll see. I think we won't. I don't think we'll see day and date this generation. I think they're already past that point now, where it's like, well, fuck it. I mean, like, because what Juan just said, I feel like they probably do wish they did it sooner, but the fact that they didn't, now they're like probably a little over halfway through a generation. It's like, are we going to start doing this now and then get all the people who have bought the console upset? So it's like they might as well just start a new generation with a whole new philosophy and be like, hey guys, this is the way it's going to be. You buy the console, buy a PC, whichever one you want, but this is the way it's going to be, kind of thing. So I feel like smart play is probably just to fucking wait it out at this point. Honestly, and see what happens starting next generation. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny, a funny contrast to have Herman Hulst make that statement. Then the next day, it's like God of War Ragnarok. So it's like, okay, you're telling me like a year and a couple months is the big time that I gotta wait. It's like, dude, PC players, you mentioned Persona. PC players will wait decades to play.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter.
That was like almost 7 years, and they're like, oh, finally, and they finally got it, you know.
Yeah,
and they're willing to wait that long too, you know.
Is not an issue. It's not an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so back to God of War Ragnarok.
Sorry,
Mike. No, you're fine, because those were topics I wanted to talk about today anyway. So that's perfect. God of War Ragnarok. I know I'm not getting it. I didn't get the first God of War on PC. I have them both on PlayStation. I don't really have a need to. But are you interested in any way, shape, or form in playing God of War?
I haven't played the original reboot of God of War, and I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I might.
Sure.
Maybe if the price is right.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also like I keep saying it. I'm definitely fatigued on those style games. I
Yeah.
haven't even touched Hellblade 2. I know Hellblade 2 is a bit more of a cinematic experience. I know, but
Yeah,
but
for
like
sure.
I
But you
haven't.
just want to play gamey ass video games right now.
Like I just it's all I really want to do right now. Like I'm kind of
Yeah.
That's fair.
like to me like the original Last of Us will always be like one of
Yeah.
my favorite video games of all time, genuinely, and I still think that personally it's one of the best video games. I stay true on that one, but I'm over those kind of I don't want to say I'm over because I know there's one out there I probably have absolutely loved, but I'm just if the price is right, I'll grab them, I'll play them, but at the moment I'm just kind of I'm all set at the moment, if
That's
you know
good.
what I mean.
I get that.
Just in a
So,
rush. I mean,
then
obviously,
Spawn.
I'm not gonna get it on PC. I mean, like, I actually already have a copy of God of War Ragnarok on PS5. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't even got around to playing it yet. And
You should definitely play that game, Twan. That
and
game is very good.
yeah, because the thing is, if I do play it, it's gonna be on console. I'm not gonna play it on PC. You know, so it just
Well,
doesn't.
Kill your PC.
See, I was about to say, in Twan's case, I don't blame you for that because, quite frankly, it's like I don't know that your PC's up to that.
Well, I mean, technically, I could play it on Steam Deck. Probably. I mean, I think it might.
Yeah,
run,
sure, it'll probably be verified there.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure
assume.
the 2018 is verified.
It
on
is.
Steam Deck.
It is.
So
I think
Yeah, but
everything they release is verified, with the exception of Helldivers. But even Helldivers works pretty well on Steam Deck.
the thing is, like, if they do this PSN requirement, right, that might hinder like the Steam Deck experience, especially if it's always online DRM. Because let's say you're on a plane, right? Hey, let's play some God of War on my Steam Deck. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. I need to be connected to the internet. So like that would be shit, you know.
They better not, dude. That'd be such a like an inexplicably dumb thing to do.
Yeah.
But you know, companies
Who
do
knows?
dumb things
Like,
sometimes.
who knows what they got planned? Because I think Ghost of Tsushima kinda has the PSN requirement, but they're not like fully
for
in.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
For multiplayer, you need it. All right, so you're not gonna get it on PC. I'm almost certainly not gonna get it. Mike
Price is Right is my answer.
Yeah, if Price is right, then Mike will grab it. So up next, Dynasty Warriors. I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. My brain shut off when I saw this.
I don't even think
not because I don't like Dynasty Warriors. Like Dynasty Warriors is really cool. I have fond memories of it. It's just every game that is a third-person melee-based game in 2024 seems like it needs to be a Souls game, and I'm fucking quite frankly tired of it. So, like, there was multiple. This is one of them.
There's
but there was
another
multiple.
Yeah.
Yes, there's multiple games in this showcase where like they showed me it. And I was like, that sounds cool. And then they showed me gameplay, and I'm just like, this is really. It's the same reason I bought Stellar Blade and I still haven't played it. It's the same reason because I'm tired of every fucking third-person action game. It's a Souls game now. I'm tired of that shit. So.
Yeah, Celebrate's kind of like a weird mix between like a Souls game and like a traditional hack and slash. It's like a weird mix.
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors a Souls-like game? Wait, what?
They like over the top big bosses kind of shit.
I gotta look at that trailer again because that game's always been nuts. But if it has Souls-like combat, I'm gonna be fucking pissed because that game's my button mashing, relaxing game.
It does. That was like the type of games where you'd fight like 40 guys at
5,000 enemies at once. Like you would literally take on like Lu Bu's army by yourself.
Yeah, I remember like the fucking PS2 was just chugging along, you know.
Yeah,
Let's check out this. Yeah. Let's check out this trailer here.
Oh yeah, let's see. That'd be cool.
Honestly, like, yeah, thing is, like, I actually like the moment I saw like the first like 3 games in the showcase, I knew that leak was real. So I was like, fuck. So I just
watching it with us. He has it on the screen.
And the people must turn to thievery for food. Perhaps this is heaven's way of lamenting the state of the land. Men are powerless at the feet of the divine. But even so, someone must act.
Oh, Origins. What the fuck is this?
See, this stuff looks like Dynasty Warriors to me.
Oh my god, this looks fucking... Wait, what's this launching on? I need to look this up. Please tell me it's launching on PC.
Oh,
pre-order
really?
this right fucking now.
I don't think it's first party PlayStation, so I would assume
yeah.
so.
I'm pretty sure it should be multiplayer.
I know it's coming out on Xbox, so I would assume it's also on PC.
It is on PC. I see the pre-order
Yeah.
page. Or the pre-order page. Let's go.
There you go. So that's not as bad
One
as I
versus
thought it was.
1,000 action.
frankly.
Well, I guess you said you were zoned out too, right?
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, true.
I think you're thinking of that other game that literally is a Souls-like, and you're fighting giant monsters, and I know what one you're thinking about.
Yeah, you're probably getting confused with another game that was on there.
Where the Winds Meet was one of them. I know that, and then there was another one too.
Oh, that
But-
anime ass game. I don't even know what the hell that was.
Okay, so Mike's interested in Dynasty Warriors.
Can I say
I don't
quick,
know. Yeah.
real quick? My favorite one as a kid was Dynasty Warrior 5's Empires, and that was a game where you ran literally the kingdom and like waged war across the land of China, and that was one of my I still think of that game to this day. That game was shit. I remember I once raised my taxes so much my people executed me. It was wonderful. I was horrified. I was like sentenced to die. Like you can like literally like completely run your kingdom into like the ground through wars and taxation, famine, disease, weather misfortunes, you name it. It was crazy. Oh, now I want to play
I
that
think-
again. Shit.
Dynasty Warriors 3 was the one I played a lot of. I
Oh, my God,
think, looking
bangers.
at it. Oh my god, there was also a Dynasty Warriors Gundam game. I completely forgot
Holy
about that.
shit, I forgot about
Gundam
that.
and Gundam 2.
Well, there's like
That's
so
nuts.
many like Warriors like spin-offs. Like, but
Yeah.
for example, there's like Fire Emblem has a lot of them. There's like a Zelda one. There's like so
God.
many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's even, like,
Dynasty
a
Warriors
Persona
3 was the
one.
one I played
Like,
a ton of. All right. So continuing on. Well, actually, Tuan, we didn't get your thoughts. Are you interested at all in
Well,
Dynasty Warriors?
I'm not the biggest fan of like Muso games. So
Sure.
I mean, if it's on sale, I might play it. Like I've never really been like that into these type of games. I prefer more like
Yeah.
hack and slash, like Devil May Cry, shit like that, rather than
is
just
fair.
mindlessly
Dude, I
fighting
still-
like 90 guys at once.
I bought the entire Devil May Cry franchise and I haven't beat a single one.
Oh man, you
Okay.
got it to yourself. You could skip the second one though. Just go 1, 3, 4, and 5.
I'll tell you what, I played the first one. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I mean, you
I don't
honestly
like
you could go straight to 3. Honestly, fuck if you
Yeah,
want.
that's what I was thinking of doing. Because I'll tell you, I played DMC Ninja Theories 1. I was like, this seems really cool. Like, way
Yeah.
over the top. The story doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, I
But
mean
it's like,
that.
this seems pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
just
Devil May
gameplay
Cry
wise.
3 is a lot is over the top as well. It's when they kind of started doing that.
Yeah. Okay, so up next, listen, this one's going to be quick. Infinity Nikki, anime,
what?
insert generic anime game here.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm assuming it's a no from all of us.
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell I was looking at there.
I fucking
Like,
love anime games, man.
Okay, it's a big yes
Fucking-
from Mike. This
fucking
is the
love it.
game. This is one of the games I was thinking of. Where Winds Meet. I remember they showed this at their last PlayStation showcase, and I was like, "Hey, that looks pretty interesting. I'll keep tabs on that." And then they showed it again. I don't know what happened. I mean, they didn't change much of the visual aesthetic between the first showing and this showing. In fact, it's just kind of more the same. But I don't know what happened between that first showing and this showing, where I just got super burnt out on Souls-like games. And
No.
they showed me this trailer, and I was just like, no,
just
not
rejected
even-
it.
not even remotely interested. And again, it looks like, if you like that kind of game, it looks cool. It looks cool. But literally, they showed this trailer, and so back to back, they showed these trailers. Where Winds Meet, and then they showed Ballad of Antara. Literally, you could have told me both of those trailers were for DLCs for Rise of the Ronin, and I would have believed you.
Yep.
I would have believed you 100%. I'd be like, okay, sure.
Okay.
Like,
Love that.
they look exactly like Rise of the Ronin. They look exactly like each other. Like, they're all the same game.
They could have been like the same trailer just stitched together. For all you know.
Yes, they're all the same game. Tuan, are you interested at all in either of these games?
I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I already knew. Like I saw the leak, like the leaked state of play before this, this aired, right? And like by the time I saw the first like 3 titles, I was like, okay, yeah, the leaks were true. So I kind of just had this whole state of play just kind of like onto the side until I noticed like Astrobot. So like most of these trailers, I didn't even watch.
That's fair. That's
I'm gonna
fair.
be
I'm
honest.
I'm not gonna watch this one. Have you seen the Rise of the Ronin trailers? Ever any of those?
Oh, I know Rise of the Ronin. Like I know that.
Yeah. So imagine that. That's
Yeah,
these
yeah,
trailers.
that's
All right.
that's pretty much. I
Mike,
got, like,
what
a
about
picture of
you? Are you excited for Ballad of Antara and Where Winds Meet?
No.
Let's go on to the next Skydance Behemoth trailer. I don't remember this. What is this? Hold on a second.
Oh yeah, I remember this one now. Yeah,
This is this VR?
yeah. But yeah, it's VR.
Yeah, this
So,
looks
this
pretty
is-
cool.
Apparently, it was made by the guys that made The Walking Dead: Saints and Sinners. Apparently,
Oh yeah, they made a great game.
yeah. So
I remember that
This
one.
looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't have a VR. This isn't going to make me buy a VR, but this does look pretty cool. I can.
Oh, that game looks
Actually-
awesome.
Yeah,
actually,
this
speaking
looks
of
awesome.
VR, there's actually one game I actually really want to talk about. That's gonna be we're gonna talk about soon.
Doom Eternal VR. Just kidding.
You'll
That makes
see.
me grow up. I couldn't imagine playing Doom Eternal.
This game right here, Alien.
Alien Rogue.
I'm actually
Am
really
I
looking
17 years or older? No, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm actually like pretty looking forward to this. It's got like Alien Isolation vibes, but in VR. So like this sounds like it's actually pretty sick.
One's gonna poop himself.
Yeah, see, like I'm actually really looking forward to that
Yeah.
one. Like I think that guy has a lot of potential.
I'm sure it will. I like again. If you got a VR already, you might. Hey. do
Yeah,
your
because like
thing.
I was actually like Alien Isolation in VR was actually something I kind of wanted, and I'm like that could be
Yeah.
like a good like I mean it's obviously not Alien Isolation, but like it'd probably be like it would probably scratch that itch,
Sure. Hey. Whoa! It's Ham Solo.
Holy shit! Yeah, and he's
What's-
blocked off by the logo. You know,
That's
a little-
that's no good. Hold up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
No.
even worse. Someone's
just
gonna
leave me
be
in the
blocked
spot.
off.
Just leave me
Yeah, I
in
was
the
about to
spot.
say someone's just gonna be blocked off. How you doing, sir?
Hey,
I am just
Been a
fine.
while.
I just got done doing my own podcast, so happy to join you
I
guys.
saw
for a
that.
bit.
I saw that.
Hello.
Good stuff.
Hi, Hamothy.
I appreciate
Oh,
you
you
for stopping
shut your
by.
mouth, Mike.
Shut up! You don't
just-
leave. You're not wanted.
We are speeding through this PlayStation State of Play. Marvel's
okay, I'll walk
Rivals. Yeah, you're good. I mean, unless you got something to say about Marvel's Rivals, real quick.
I have nothing to say about the whole showcase unless you want me to
Nope.
be a downer.
no, that's kind of energy we need right now.
That honestly, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Marvel's Rivals, I don't care. Mike, do you care?
I mean, it's one of those things. If it's free, I'll check it out. But
It is.
I'm not. It is. I'll check
There-
it out.
there
then.
you
Yeah,
go.
Marvel
There you
Rivals
go.
supposed to be free to play.
There
you know,
you go.
I'll check
Come
it
on.
out. That I do enjoy those type of
Yeah, this is like
It
a
is,
hero
it
shooter,
is
but with,
supposed to
like,
be an
Marvel
Overwatch
characters,
like, right?
Yeah, I think it's supposed
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean, I
Hero-
grew up on Team Fortress Classic and 2, so.
So, okay, Twan, what about you?
I'm definitely not gonna play it. I mean,
All right.
let's be honest. I'm not gonna
All
pretend I'm interested.
Path of Exile 2, this was probably the thing that had me most interested from the show besides Astrobot. And even with this, like this looks cool. I'm not dying to play Path of Exile 2.
Yeah.
But it looks cool. I'll give it that. Are you excited for Path of Exile, Mike? I feel like you might
Yeah,
like it.
I love those types of games, and everyone keeps saying how impossibly hard it is, and yada yada. So I'll try it out and play, and be like, this is fine, and then let's never play it again. So
Sure.
I'll check it out. I mean, it looks really cool though. I love these types of games. One I always keep trying to people get to play is Grim Dawn. That game's really great if you love Diablo likes. But yeah, I'll check it out, especially because it's free. I'm pretty sure, right? Is it not
Yes, I do. I know the first one's free.
free?
I don't think they're changing for a second one. Twan, I'm assuming you're a no on that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way to play it. That's for sure. But hey, man,
Sure.
if everything
I'll-
lines up,
If it's free to
try it
play,
out.
I'll absolutely check
Yeah.
it out. Ham, I know you said you were vaguely interested in Path of Exile too.
Like really vaguely.
Sure.
I'm not
Sure.
I'm not a Diablo guy. Like I
Yeah.
enjoy Diablo, but I'm not a Diablo guy. And
Totally makes
Path of
sense.
Exile is just a more confusing Diablo. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not
Fair to
like
me.
going out of my way to play that.
How about Silent Hill 2 remake? Does anyone have anything good to
man.
say about the Silent Hill 2 remake?
I don't know.
Let's
Like,
start with that.
I'm gonna say one thing for sure is I'm not that confident in it at all. Like I want it to be really good because I like Silent Hill, but I don't know, man. Like it's just like especially like Bluebird team, I'm kind of mixed on that whole team because I feel like they haven't really put out like that. Like like the best game they kind of put out was like an okay game. Like I think like
Layers of Fear was
Layers
decent.
of Fear was okay. But
Pretty
like,
solid.
but Silent Hill
Blair
2 is
Witch
like
as well.
Silent Hill 2 is like a masterpiece, and it's like to build to remake a game like that. It's like I don't know. I mean, you gotta have a team that's really like you could really trust with that, and I don't know if they're actually up to the task.
I'm surprised. Looking at this, I'm surprised. Well, I guess I'm not because Konami kind of stinks. But I'm surprised that Konami didn't give that to like Capcom or something.
Yeah.
Like that seems like it would have been like the obvious. I don't know. That's just me.
I'm
though.
actually honestly not surprised because it's Konami, like you just said. You just said,
Well,
you
exactly,
just
true.
said it. You
True.
even just said it too. So I'm like,
I guess
kind of
Bluebird
piggybacking
team-
off what you just said. It's like you're not surprised.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
Bluebird
Konami
team is
stinks.
just cheaper. I guess they're just a cheap.
Oh, I would assume so.
Yeah.
I'd assume they had. to
Yeah,
be
I'm not
way
even
cheaper.
mad at Bloober. I'm mad at Konami because it's just
Yeah.
like if you look at their history in the last like 10 or so years, it's been very dismal. And on top of that, like remember this IP is coming from the same people that just remade Metal Gear Solid, and how much of a remake is that? Or
Holy shit! I
remaster?
forgot
Oh, yeah.
about that.
What are you talking
So,
about? The
so
trilogy
why would I
thing?
give like it feels like
Yeah.
they gave them it feels like they gave Bloober like $8 in a lunch to figure it out.
Hey, we'll buy you lunch. Make us Silent Hill 2.
Figure this out. Figure this one out, guys.
Yeah.
This is kind of the vibe I get from that, and I was
Yeah,
vaguely interested after the first showing, and now I'm not interested. So
Hey, Mal,
That's
hey,
kinda
man,
how that's
I'd
gone.
love to be proven wrong. I'd love for it to just come on, just fucking, knock all our socks off. It's a fucking banger, but I just don't see it happening.
all right, so the final two here is Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't have anything to say about this. Does anyone have anything to say about this?
Have no interest in that.
I
Fair
mean,
enough. What about you?
I might give it a shot. I mean, I'm not.
Juan's
I'm
gonna
probably
give
not
it a
gonna
shot.
I might give it
What
a
about
shot.
what about you?
This was
Ham? Are
my
you gonna give it a
Souls-like
shot?
games before Souls-like games. Where like you know how
I
people
get
get
that.
Souls-like fatigue. I remember there was a time there was like a Monster Hunter clone like every other day.
Oh yeah.
I still haven't
What's
played
funny is
Dragon
I'm pretty
Dogma
sure
2, though.
Oh, Dragon's Dogma 2 is so fucking
Wait,
ridiculous.
is Dragon's Dogma 2 a Monster Hunter clone?
Well, it's not. I mean, it's like you're hunting monsters. I mean,
I mean, but it doesn't play like shit though.
Yeah, that's true.
it doesn't play.
You-
Like
I don't want to say
There's
Monster
monsters
Hunter plays
in
like shit, but
it.
it's way more
Yeah.
clunky. Like Monster Hunter has that like there's like a clunky vibe to those games, and it's deliberate. And I shouldn't say plays like shit because things are deliberate for a reason. It's not like they
Yeah.
just fucking plays purposely
Yeah.
like garbage. But
All right.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, not interested.
Ham, what about you? You interested? Not interested?
I don't even
That's
know.
the answer.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the answer.
No comment.
That's a telling answer right
Yeah.
there. Finally, Tuan, we're on to your game.
All right.
The closer of the show, Astrobot. Go ahead. And
They
speak
have
on it,
to end
Tuan,
on
'cause
a
I know
high
you got
note.
things to say.
Yeah, they have to end on a high note. Wait, do you want me to go first or?
Yes, I know you have
Okay.
things to say, Tuan. You-
Oh, I got a lot to say. This was the game I was waiting. Like out of all the games I was expecting Sony to make, like that I was actually looking forward to, this was the game because I knew this game was in development for like years now. Because Team of Soap, and they're all like, "Oh, we're working on our biggest game yet." They've been teasing it, right? They've been hiring a lot of people. So like I've been every time they had a showcase, I was anticipating seeing this game. And I'm a bit bummed out that it's not a VR title because like the original Astrobot on PSVR was like it's probably like a top 5 game for me. It's like one of my favorite games of all time because it was just so unique. It was fucking so good. And then Astro's Playroom came out and like kind of showed you, okay, it doesn't need VR to be a really good game. So like I was, whatever direction they went with it, I was like, okay, it'll be a good game regardless. So because now I'm seeing this, and obviously, they're not going to have VR too. So it's like, yeah, a little bit of a bummer, but I could get over it. It's definitely going to be a great game. I could already say that much, and like just. This game's really going to show you what the PS5 controller is going to be capable of. Like honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if this game,
as if it hasn't been 4 years.
like it's gonna trust me when I say this. Like,
This will be the
like
one.
you're gonna use this PS5 controller, be like, whoa, it could do that. Like trust me, like 4 years in,
If this PS5 controller doesn't move to the PS6, it is a tragic failure.
Oh my
Because they
God.
put so much into this controller, and I think it's a phenomenal controller.
yeah.
But like what they did with the PS4 controller to the PS5, how it doesn't work. If they do that again, man, it's just to me. Then the PS5 controller is no different than the 6-axis.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a cool feature that didn't ever really get utilized.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's fair.
Yeah. I fully expect it won't be compatible. But continue.
But yeah, I feel like these are some of the games that we need more of these type of games where it's like, it takes advantage of the hardware, it takes advantage of all its gimmicks. Like this is what I want out of like console games. Like this is a game I cannot see this releasing on PC. Like this game is made for the PS5 and only for the PS5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
like think about that. Like how
You use the controller on
I can hear the nervousness in your fucking voice.
I know.
Twan was saying the same thing with Return. I don't know how Returnal is going to work on PC. That's
No,
just
Oh
not
my
making any
God!
sense.
Every single time he says this, and it's also like he just put the fucking controller into PC. Like I don't understand what you're talking. I don't. Oh my God!
like for example, like
Juan, you
I'm
never
telling-
learn.
like I'm telling you right now, like this game is gonna use the PS5 controllers in ways you never expected it to be used.
Never
And
even
then
thought
like
it was
you're not gonna be able
Until
to
you
translate
sit
that
on
shit on
it.
a keyboard. I'm telling you right now, like it's not gonna work. Like
It's. I mean, just you play the controller, Twan.
I know you
We're
can just use the
gonna find out
PlayStation
it's a
controller on PC.
scale.
I don't
You
understand
can
what
sit
Twan's
on
trying to
it.
go for here. That's like saying you can't play a VR game on a regular like a regular controller. Like, yeah, no shit. Like, I don't know.
I'll tell you what's gonna happen, Twan. This game's gonna come out on PC in like a year, 2 years, and someone's gonna mod it and they're gonna play it with a flight stick. That's what's gonna happen.
That's fucking funny.
Um,
I don't want to see that.
It's gonna be the first
Yeah.
thing to tell you to suck.
Like I knew that guy. I knew that was gonna like invoke a reaction from you guys when I said that.
I love that. But okay, so Twan's obviously excited for Astro.
Oh yeah, this is like yeah. I'm like day one, fucking $70, $80, $90. I don't care. I'm buying it. Like
I mean, it's gonna be $90 Canadian, probably, right?
Yeah.
Like, after
Yeah.
tax and all that shit. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that's a question I want to ask you, Twan, because me and Ham have talked about it. What do you think this costs? Because I firmly believe this will be a $70 game.
I don't know, like, because the thing is, like, Astrobot on PSVR wasn't like that was a full-fledged game, and that wasn't even full price. That was like a $50 game when it came out.
Mhm.
So I mean, there is possibility for this game possibly launching at $60, I think. But I wouldn't also be surprised if it launched at $70. But I think there is a good chance it'll be a $60 game.
Sony needs to maximize profits. That shit's gonna be
Yeah.
70.
I think
I don't
it'll
know.
be- I think
I wouldn't be
it'll
surprised if it
70.
was though.
Yeah.
I
mean,
hope it's not.
I'm basing it off like their previous game, and that wasn't full price, and that was like a full-fledged game. So that's just the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I can just
hope
see it
so.
being full price by the way they're talking about it, like how it's supposed to
Yeah.
be like its own really own thing. This
Yeah, or
time.
unless Sony's desperate and they just want a $70 game for the holiday, and they just like fuck it, and they just throw.
I actually want to give my
$70 on it.
opinions on the game too. The
Yeah, go
trailer
ahead,
was
go
awesome.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah.
I thought that looked awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought that looked like a ton of fun and like what I really want from PlayStation. Like a video game, video game. I hate that.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want. Like these video
Yeah,
game
it's like PS1, PS2 vibes,
Like I
Like-
just want to have fun. Mike just want to have fun. So
Mm.
it's my
Okay.
Yeah, the
My
only
take.
I'll give mine, then I'll let Ham go real quick, and then we'll wrap this part up. This looks cool. This looks really
Mhm.
cool. I hope it's not $70.
Mhm. Would you
If
buy it
it,
at $70 though?
no, I wouldn't.
Really? But if it's like a
If it,
fucking 90 on Metacritic fucking banger, you like that wouldn't like entice you?
no, I wouldn't because they did the same. They
I
did
mean,
the
didn't
same
like a
thing.
new Mario game just launch and apparently it was really good? Like by the Hellblade game, like Hellblade 2, the same day Nintendo had like a different game like launch or it got reviews.
Yeah.
And apparently it was great, and I
Yeah.
don't even know what the fuck that was. Like, oh
I feel like Nintendo releases something that gets like is critically acclaimed like every other week.
yeah,
Honestly,
seriously.
But I have no doubt this game is going to be really cool. It's just like I'm not in love with Astrobot to the
What's-
point where I would spend 70. And here's the thing: it's nothing against Astrobot. It's just I made the same mistake with Ratchet and Clank. Like I don't,
That's true. Yeah.
I wasn't like a kid who loved Ratchet and Clank growing
That's
up. I
true,
played
yeah.
it occasionally here and there. That was it. And then the game came out. I got sucked up in the hype, and I was like, I got to get this day one. And then I got it, and I was like,
Yeah.
that was fine. That
Yeah,
was
I hear
that
ya.
was pretty decent.
But like, what's
but
your
it's-
budget when it comes to this game? Like, what's the price? Like, what would
I
be
like-
the price to be right? for
I
you?
like. I think max 60,
$60.
preferably 50.
Yeah.
But I absolutely don't see PlayStation going 50 for this. I just don't.
Yeah.
see that.
But I
being
could
the case.
potentially like I think it's possible for them to release it at $60.
Yeah, like that would be my max for this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it looks really cool. It looks like the most. It looks like the most besides Helldivers. It's like the most fun thing PlayStation will have released this generation.
Yeah, I mean, this is the game I was looking for. Like after this game comes out, I don't even know what to like expect out of like PlayStation, like their first
Yeah.
party studios. Because like this is like the only Japanese studio they have left. Like after they closed Japan studio, this is the only
Oh my god.
studio that survived from that whole
Mhm.
closure. So yeah, so I don't really like and like Japan studio. Those are my favorite PlayStation devs, and now they're gone. Other than these guys. So it's like I don't know what else to really look forward to other than Insomniac, and that's it.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Yeah.
But Ham, what about you? Thoughts on Astrobot? How do you feel?
All right, I'm not going to make this take too long. I think it's the best
Sure.
looking game that was not only at the showcase, but that PlayStation has shown this year, especially first party. Because I don't
Yeah.
really think they really showed anything else. First party, I guess Concord, but yikes.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
But
Yeah.
but I think this is going to be the most sold game, obviously behind Helldivers.
yeah.
Mhm.
This year for PlayStation. I wouldn't be surprised. And hey, if this is $70, I'll probably buy it at that price. It's unfortunate, and I don't want to buy it at that price,
Mhm.
but I'll probably do it. But there's a catch. The
Mhm.
catch is it has to be like 12 hours plus
Mhm.
for me to pay 70 for it.
I don't know.
or
Well,
else I'll just
the
wait.
PSVR one was like around 8 hours long. So I mean, that's just
Yeah,
for
but that's a
reference.
VR game, which
Yeah.
that's long for a VR game.
Yeah.
I think that this
True.
should. I mean, this is a game.
Well, they
that-
claim that it's big. This is their biggest game, so I'm assuming it's going to be bigger than Rescue Mission on PSVR. So it's probably going to be
right,
definitely
and they said it
longer
was
than
like
8
4 or
hours.
5 times bigger than
Yeah.
the game that came with the PlayStation 5, Astro's
Yeah.
Playroom. So
Oh, yeah.
with that being said, like I'm expecting it to be something.
I think it'd be
worth
10
that
hours
price.
minimum. Like,
But this is but then again, it's just like at what time is PlayStation and Xbox or really the industry, and is there a time that they decide to stop doing $70 games and maybe make games a little bit shorter?
mhm.
Because it's just
That'd
like
be
the trend nowadays is almost like free to play games, and it's just like a lot of people complain about not having time to be able to game and stuff like that, and then people don't want to spend near $100 when they're going to go buy a game. If you put it at a $50 price point, I feel like that's much closer to $50 than it is $100 or $70 after
Mhm.
tax, especially in like Canada. It's
Yeah, I'm paying $100.
it's closer to
digits for one
$100,
game. Yeah, I'm paying 3 digits for one game.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Jesus.
which is like wild, and you can't be mad that people are like, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's just like a very casual hobby. You're not spending $100 every 3 months for a game. It doesn't sound it's not that much money, but it's a lot to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for this game. I'm excited for it
I'm
to come
excited
out, and it'll more than likely be a day one capture.
I'm happy you're excited for this one too, Ham, because I thought it looked great. I
Yeah,
thought
I
it
mean-
really looked
yeah.
I
great.
mean, I feel like this game is so important for people to buy this game because it'll send a message to Sony that, like, you know, we want these more unique, whimsical games rather than, you know, these more grounded, you know, cinematic third-person games from Sony that we usually get. But
I agree. I agree with
Yeah.
that. I definitely agree with that. But also to an extent, I think. I mean, I don't think we were on a. Well, we definitely were on a show and we talked about it, Mike. But I think it was you, Mike, who said that Sony kind of locked themselves into that. I can't remember if it was
What
you
of-
or not.
Oh yeah, it was
And-
me. I'm honestly trying to remember what I said about like
Like they
having to
locked
always
themselves
top their
into
last
now.
experience.
Yeah, now that's what they do. Like
Yeah.
they can have a game like this, and every now and then they'll have a game like this, and people
Mhm.
will like it. It'll be a breath of fresh air.
mhm.
But they've kind of locked themselves. They've garnered a fan base that was basically taught to not give a shit about this kind of game
Mhm.
I mean, also like
over the
PlayStation-
PS4 generation, not the
And you're
PS3, not the PS2.
Oh, sorry, Matt. I didn't mean to cut you off. Continue.
No, continue though.
Oh, and it's also this kind of like, I mean, what Sony wants itself. They want accolades. They want to be up there, considered like the biggest and the best. Like their games are borderline not even saying the gameplays are movie, but they want to be taken seriously like that. And the only way
Yeah,
you can keep being in that, like if they want to be seen like that, is constantly trying to up their last project. Like, and that's going to be expensive, and that's why you see studios like Insomniac still suffer layoffs even after selling like 1 billion copies of Spider-Man 2. It's like if you're going to constantly keep growing and getting bigger than your last one, like you're going to have to keep pouring more money into that type. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of, I feel like they are in this position right now, and that's why they were trying to break into live service. But the thing is, they pushed way too hard, way too quick into live service, and I think it kind of killed their plans, to be honest with you, or at least derailed it a little bit. Because they were making like 50 different live service games at one point, I feel like. Because they desperately wanted to break out of being only, okay, we're going to make these giant blockbusters all the time and everyone will love them. That was great for the PS4 generation. That worked. But now things are more expensive. All these licensing, this, again, hell, getting people on board, it's expensive. And I do worry that they are kind of like, I want to say in a sense, kind of trapped to just keep making these games that constantly, not saying teams don't ever want to make a better game than their last game. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they're like, they have to like really absolutely top the last thing they did in terms of visuals, in terms of gameplay, in terms of storytelling, in terms of the tech used. And you know what I mean? I just kind of feel like they're in that weird spot right now. And I think they do want to get out of it. I really think not saying they're going to stop making these type of games. I don't want them to, even if they're not my thing. I do think they're in this weird spot though, where that's kind of what people expect from them. And I don't blame them for expecting that or wanting that from them. Like how people were mad when there was a rumor that they were making a first-person shooter that ended up being Conquered. I remember that. People, what the fuck? I just want a third-person story game. Like I remember those tweets, dude. Like it's and it's because that's what they expect.
That's true. That's true. So, Summer Games Fest. I know there was a quote from Jeff Keighley, which I believe was in this article. Basically, don't expect a one more thing for Summer Games Fest. And and they actually put together IGN actually put together a list of things that will not be at Summer Games Fest that have been confirmed. So
They said, "Leave me the fuck alone."
They're just
Yeah.
like de-hyping the show.
they're basically preemptively de-hyping the show. So no new GTA 6 trailer, which I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't know about you, I didn't expect to see GTA 6
Oh God,
at
no.
fucking Summer Games Fest, quite
Fuck
frankly.
no.
I didn't
I didn't
expect to, but I wanted to.
Yeah.
I would have loved it, but I mean, I just fully didn't expect that. Kingdom Hearts 4, and Tuan, you like Kingdom Hearts?
Not really. I mean,
I thought you did.
I tried playing the first one. I haven't really got that into it, but I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
I want
wow.
it's just something I want to give it another shot, but I don't know, I'm not like that
Sure.
deep in it at all.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not really into. I missed. I didn't play back on PS2, and I just kind of missed out on ever since. So I don't really care. No Wolf Among Us 2. No Def Jam game. Is there a new Def Jam game in development? Apparently, is that a thing?
Oh, not that I'm aware of, personally.
Because he's saying no Def Jam game, but
I think it's just like answering a lot of people's wishes.
Yeah,
um,
they even says right there the question came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
yeah,
Question came out of nowhere, but
it's just a
no,
random
Keeley won't be
question.
showing a new Def
You
Jam
know
game.
Def
That's
Def
great.
Jam, you know.
That's funny.
That would have been the most random thing. I mean, I would have loved it, but that would have been the most random thing ever to see at a Summer Games Fest in 2024 is the announcement of a new Def Jam game. No Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which I'm fine with that. That game already looks cool. I'll be checking it out whenever it comes out. I'm not like super
Mhm.
disappointed that it won't be there though. This one kind of disappoints me. We're not going to see Judas. But I also wonder if that means it'll be at another showcase.
I have
Um,
something to say about that too after you read that list because I have something. Sorry, Matt, continue though.
No, you're fine. You're fine. No Beyond Good and Evil 2. That game is
that
not
game's never
even.
coming out. That game's never coming out.
That's not even a real game. I don't think.
Yeah.
No Five Nights at Freddy's. No Hollow Knight Silk Song. Probably.
Yeah.
I would assume that will be at the Xbox show. I do
Yeah, I'm
believe
actually
they're marketing
banking
for
on.
that.
I'm actually banking on that showing up on Xbox.
Yeah, plus it comes to Game Pass on day one. Probably no Nintendo games, probably, I guess, is exactly what this says. No, this one is fucking thank God for this one. No
Yeah.
music acts.
Yeah,
Thank
straight to the point.
fucking God. I'll tell you what, the Game Awards, they when they bring out like Imagine Dragons and shit, I'm ready to
Chilling
just
out.
I'm ready to just curl up in a ball and cry, honestly, because it's terrible. It derails the whole show. And if they did it, and I'll tell you what, the Game Awards are big enough to get away with doing that. I don't think the Summer Games Fest is big enough
Oh
to just,
God, no.
hey guys, here's fucking, I don't know, pick a band.
No.
They bring out U2. Here's U2 with a new single. I love that.
God.
But yeah, no music acts, which is nice. And then obviously the kind of disappointing thing is there's going to be no one more thing at the showcase, which I don't know what the one more thing would be this year.
So that means that like
What's
I
that?
guess they
No,
just
like-
don't have any plans to announce anything.
And this
Or
is
one
what I
big
want to
announcement.
say. This is what I want to say. He's
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, it's a light year in the industry," but I'm going to be honest with you. I think
It's
a lot
not.
of people are also kind of realizing that Summer Games Fest is kind of fucking not it for
Oh, God,
announcing
no.
absolutely everything. I feel like
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these games were waiting for the Xbox showcase. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
and the
Mhm.
reason why I say that is I feel like, Call of Duty is now tied in with the whole Xbox game showcase. Now it's gonna be like the Xbox game
Yep.
showcase plus Call
Yeah,
of
it's it.
Duty. So do you
It
know the
plus
amount of people
Bethesda,
that are
you
going
know?
to be watching the Xbox part of
Yeah.
that showcase just
A
because they're
whole
waiting for
lot.
Call of Duty? And they'll be like,
Yep.
"Oh shit, I can just see this game here. Oh, it's launching on Xbox too. Awesome! I'll get it here and here and here." But they also
Yeah.
are going to get that game. Like,
Mhm.
I just don't think. I think they're kind of companies might be realizing. I'm not saying we're never going to see anything big there again, but I think people are realizing, or at least companies, that fucking Summer Game Fest is not the replacement for
E3.
for
yeah.
E3. It is
No,
not.
it's not.
It's not the. I've been playing this game now for 3 years, and you're finally going to be able to see. Like, that's not the replacement.
Yeah.
That isn't the replacement. No hate. I really have no hate towards Keeley, but it's not it. And then he has
Yeah.
a Game Awards like 4 months later. It's just it's I think that like these studios are just going to wait for PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo to do their thing, or maybe, you know, publishers will wait as well for their own little things. But
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know, man. I just don't think
I mean, yeah, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, they just prefer to have their own shows, you know, rather
Jez
than,
even
bank
hinted
off something.
like a week ago that he was saying, someone said, "Oh, don't expect Metal Gear Solid at the PlayStation event," or was that the Summer Games Fest event? He's like, "Yeah, you're looking at the wrong event," and I think he's hinting that it's coming to the Xbox event.
Well, yeah, Metal Gear Solid was shown at the last
Maybe.
Xbox event, I'm pretty sure.
So I thought that was at PlayStation. I don't know.
No, it was
It was
that
announced.
place. It was
It was
that,
announced at a PlayStation event, but the gameplay was shown on an Xbox event.
Was it?
Oh
I
my
honestly
God,
can't
was it?
remember.
It was.
I don't remember that, but yeah, maybe.
It was.
But
Who knows?
and that's what I mean. It's like I feel I just kind of think a lot of these companies might just be waiting for just a bigger place to show their things, or places they feel like they just might get more eyes. And it's like, not saying that Keeley's doesn't get eyes, but it's like I don't know. I don't think a lot of them are like, yeah, this maybe we don't have to really do this. This really isn't an E3 replacement. As much as he might want it to be. And I really appreciate what he did during the pandemic. That was really great. That wasn't a fun time for anyone, don't get me wrong. But
Yeah,
it's
it was
like,
cool.
but it's kind of like, oh, here's the next big thing. We're fixing E3. We're not being there. I'm going to be the head of it, and I'm going to be the head of the Game Awards. I'm going to be the head of this. I'm like, dude, like, fucking calm down here. like I'm like,
I've
well, we need to
already
take a break.
seen the trailer for Clockwork Revolution 3.
No,
You
right?
guys
And that's
won't
what I
believe
mean.
it.
Like, that stuff, that actually genuinely irritates me.
Yeah,
Like,
I love watching game trailers that you haven't seen yet. You know, it's like,
yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's a good dude. I'm not taking that away from him, but it's just,
Sure,
even
yeah.
though E3 was heavily corporate, like, it was literally meant for like shareholders, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
It
yeah.
still felt way more connected to gamers, in my opinion, than anything else I've even seen. Even these like Xbox presentations they do, like their Xbox showcases, I feel like their E3s that were like essentially giant ads felt more geared toward me. I don't know. Could be nostalgia though.
It's just E3 had the benefit of having a lot more history, whereas now it's like Xbox is trying to start that history of having their own thing. Jeff Keighley's trying to start that history of having his own thing. PlayStation every now and then is trying to start that history of having their own thing, where it's like it's going to take a long time to catch up to what E3 did. It'll be a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, the people that kind of started this whole trend was the Nintendo, right? They're kind of like, you know what?
Yeah, with
Screw
Direct.
E3. Let's just have our own digital presentation and not show up. And
Yeah.
they had the foresight to see that, I guess. You know, so
They sure did.
yeah.
But I wanted to go through predictions and stuff for the showcase, for the Xbox showcase, but because I feel like that would add probably another hour, and I don't know if you guys want to do that or not, because
I need to go take a tinkle, but I'll do whatever. I'll be right back.
Well, I definitely want to
actually
talk
got it.
briefly about the Xbox showcase. I just want to like talk about like some of the Call of Duty stuff, you know.
Ham just
Sure,
said
yeah.
about to say something. What was that? Ham?
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually got to get out of here.
All right, bud.
Since I just got done with my last podcast, the wife is like, "Hey, I wanted to watch a show." So
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
know. Worries.
Thank you for
I
stopping by,
appreciate
Ham.
you
Yeah, it was
stopping
nice. It was
by.
nice being. It was like the old
I'll be right
vibes,
back.
you know.
Nice
Hey,
having you
Ethan.
here, bud.
Yeah,
Just like old times.
yeah, just like old vibes, you know.
Well, if any of you guys want to get down on Squad after you're done with your show, holla at me.
Squad.
Yeah.
I'll be in the Discord.
All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you a little bit.
See ya.
Holy shit. All right. So,
All right.
what
so
did you say about the showcase? About
Oh no,
Call
I
of Duty?
said I'd like to talk about at least, you know, some of the Call of Duty stuff.
Sure.
About
Let's. You know what? We'll try to rapid fire through it. We don't have to talk about what we
that. Okay, Doom's
what
gonna
we
be there.
say,
Doom's gonna be there for sure.
but like,
Be right back.
let's.
Still listening, though.
Yeah. Take your time.
Yeah.
Let's do it like we will. I'll mention this. I'll do this. I'll go Xbox Game Studios, which means like, what do you expect to see from
Okay.
from like
Any other studios like
why am I
Rare? Do you
blank?
think
Why am I blanking?
Everwild? I don't know, like Everwild.
Yeah,
might-
rare
Yeah.
Playground, Initiative, stuff like those studios. Then I'll
I
say
actually think
Bethesda.
Perfect Dark has a chance of being here.
I think Perfect Dark's there.
Yeah.
Like I'm confident saying, and I have again, I don't know any. I have no insider knowledge. This is all just hunch.
Mhm.
I'm confident saying that Perfect Dark will be there.
Mhm.
And I'm also confident saying that if it's not, then that's kind of fucking inexcusable
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, like
So,
has to be there.
Yeah, that has to be there, quite
Yeah.
frankly. But then I'll say Bethesda. What do you think is going to be there from Bethesda?
Doom, like
whether-
Doom's gonna be like Doom's
Yeah,
like locked
exactly.
in at this point.
Whether
Like,
that's
who's
Follow
known
the
in,
about that game?
remaster.
Sorry.
okay. So all right. So you guys get the gist. So we'll start with Bethesda because I feel like that, at least for me and Mike, it's probably like I'm excited for a lot of stuff from Xbox Game Studios, but like if Doom is something we're going to see this year, plus Indiana Jones, like that's.
I mean, Indiana Jones is gonna be there for sure. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we know that for sure. Because then there's also, I think the report was that there's previews are going to go up after the show
Yeah.
for Indiana Jones. So that's for sure going to be there. We're almost certainly going to get the release date for that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, if we don't get a release date, I think it's delayed.
Yeah.
I think it's
over.
delayed, for sure. But
It's
so
over.
Bethesda first. Bethesda first. I think we all agree. I mean, just based off reports, Doom's going to be there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, and we talked about it at the beginning of the show, or maybe even before the show. I think it was before the show. When do we think Doom? What's the name of this? I got the Dark Ages, right?
Yeah, something like that.
The Dark Ages.
Yeah.
Doom, the Dark Ages. When do we think that releases?
I
Like if
think
we had
next year.
to guess, because
Next year.
I know we talked about it before the show, but just on the show. What do you
I'm gonna
guys
say
think?
right now, March 2025.
You know what? If
I
it
could
gets
see that.
if it goes to 2025, I think March would be. Just do it on the anniversary of Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
If it goes to 2025, March
Because
20th.
I think Eternal was on a March, I think, as well.
Yeah, it was March 20th. It was March 20th because Ori Will of the Wisp was like the 10th, and I had like a week and a half to play that, and then Doom Eternal came out, and then at that point I was in full, like I was having panic attacks thinking I had COVID, even though I didn't.
Oh yeah.
But,
I
like,
shouldn't laugh at that. I know how bad that
was-
was. I'm sorry.
Dude, my
I
health
just-
anxiety was through the fucking roof.
Yeah,
and I
that
was
March.
just-
Yeah, like that. This came out like peak COVID. Peak COVID. This
Yes.
game came out in. Like
It was right at the beginning of it. I'm almost
everything got
99%
locked
sure it was
down,
March
like-
20th,
yeah, literally everything was
Yes.
locked down. Like
and all I was doing was playing Doom Eternal.
yeah.
Like I was playing a really unhealthy amount of Doom Eternal. So I think it would be great. Have that
Yeah.
come out. Fuck, that gameplay's making me angry.
Yeah, I just jumped off the thing. I
uh,
just saw that too.
So having it come out on the what would that the 5th anniversary of Doom Eternal
Yeah.
would be pretty awesome.
The one thing though, it's like if you've been following the development of this game, so
I
it's
have.
kind of like I think this game did not enter full production until like I'm pretty sure it was after the Ancient Gods Part 2, which came out in the later half of 2021, if I'm not mistaken. It's like, was it like 3 years then? Like maybe kind of nearing 4. Like it's kind of one of those things like it makes me kind of almost like, how like radically different is this game going to be? I know Hugo Martin was quoted. He
Mhm.
wants to hit like a monster truck, instead of flying around like a
Yeah.
bee. Like I understand that, but I'm kind of like, is like 3 to 4 years like enough? Like,
Mhm.
and that's not like,
I-
oh, it's gonna come out, it's gonna be shit. Not like that. But like
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious, because
Mhm.
you know,
You think it needs more time in the
What's
other
up,
possibly?
blind?
do I think that it need
Uh,
more time? I don't think it needs more time, but I would think though a part of me is kind of like the way they talked about that game being.
Yeah, it'd be like very different. Like a very different game.
Yeah, that's kind of. I mean, at least that's how he like like kind of spun it to us. It sounded like
Yeah.
they're working on it, but it's kind of like they're still doing things for Eternal, and obviously they can do both. But once again, I'll have to see the game, and it might be. I'm not doubting it at all. That's not what I'm doing here. But
Mhm.
I almost kind of feel like, and I wouldn't also be surprised if it did come out this year or early 2025. I
Yeah.
still think if I could absolutely seeing it hit 2025, regardless of any development cycle time. It's just 2024 is weird to me because it's like, at least from those live streams, I used to watch those religiously, by the way. He used to stream every week. That was the coolest thing. A game director streaming every week of the game, screaming at his own game repeatedly. That was awesome. Calling it garbage every time he died. That was fucking awesome. But just by the way he explained things, it kind of sounded like, you know, it was
Yeah, it
kind
was
of
very different.
just starting. But once again, though, he
Yeah.
could have just been saying that, and it might have been a little more far along than they anticipated. Like, who knows? So that's why I'm not going to be like, no way, it's coming out in 2024. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, wasn't that game like originally slated to come out like in like 2022 according to that one? Like,
22.
yeah. So it's like,
Yeah,
who knows? That's the thing, is like, who the fuck knows?
Yeah, maybe
So
that's
that's why I
yeah.
can't doubt it.
Maybe who knows? Maybe this game's that come out is gonna play exactly like Eternal for all we know.
I hope I hope it doesn't, just because of the fact I want to see them, even
Yeah,
though Eternal is my
experiment a little
favorite
bit.
gameplay,
Yeah,
like it is, but it's like they said they want this game to be different from
Yeah.
Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, where it's like it's obviously they're gonna play like, quote unquote.
well, apparently from
Familiar.
what I heard, it's gonna be more of like a prequel. I mean, it looks like it's like has medieval vibes from what I've
Yeah,
heard.
so if
it'd be
you
like
play
very
Doom Eternal,
Quake-ish. Like,
you play Doom Eternal, right?
of course I played Doom Eternal.
Yeah, so I mean, as you know, he was back in time, or technically a
Yeah.
different dimension in the past with the Night Sentinels. And the
Yeah.
Night Sentinels is a very medieval
Yeah.
vibe. They literally fight in knight armor.
Mhm.
So I think honestly, the quote unquote Dark Ages is literally just him fighting with the Night Sentinels after the demons after Doom 64 sent him into the alternative dimension. I think that's what it is. Where
Mhm.
we're gonna find out how he becomes super fast and super strong. Like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be before that. Because you know how
Okay.
fast and strong how he got
Yeah.
through it, but we don't know how he fought before that, really. I mean, if you play Doom 64 and 1 and 2, but I think that's what they're kind of going to be aiming for. We're not going to be maybe quick swapping like I'm high off
Yeah.
my ADHD medication.
He'll probably be in like his OG suit too.
Well, no, I think, and if you once again in Doom Eternal, you can unlock a training, which was one of my favorite armor sets in the game. It's like a Sentinel Knight armor training
Mhm.
set where that looks pretty dope. You also, in the Ancient Gods Part 2, you can see other people from that Knight guild, whatever the hell you want to call it, in that same type of attire as well.
Mhm.
So once again, though, this is all speculation. So he couldn't. Who fuck knows? They might be like, no, fuck it. We're actually in medieval time now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, who
yeah.
knows? But that's just my take on it. And I really hope
Sure.
we are going to be fighting with I hope we're fighting in the Civil War with the Night Sentinels, dude. I would freak the fuck out, because if you read the codex, that shit sounded nuts. So I really hope that's what we're covering. Sorry, I got excited when I think about it.
Man, we're almost
Man.
we're almost gonna finally see this game. It's been so long.
Right.
We're gonna know, and the thing is, I think what's gonna be cool about this, I mean, again, speculation, is like, I feel like for Doom, I don't think we're going to get a CGI trailer. Like, we might get some CGI, but I think the big thing for Doom is going to be them showing the gameplay.
Do you think they're
Like, I
gonna do
don't-
like a QuakeCon thing? Like, oh, see the
That's
gameplay
what I
at
was about to
QuakeCon,
say, though.
you know?
It's possible it'll be like maybe like a mixture type trailer, but I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if Microsoft, Bethesda, Jesus, id wants to save it for QuakeCon either.
Yeah.
But like, who knows though? Because
Because that's such a that's like that's kind of like the thing that they've been doing, where it's all like, they'll show like maybe like a trailer. Who knows? Maybe they'll probably show some gameplay, but if you want to see more, wait till QuakeCon.
Yeah, I think
That's-
it should be a combination trailer,
Yeah.
and they'll probably like a 2-minute trailer, and then we'll get like a 15-minute gameplay thingy at QuakeCon.
Or even just like a whole ass like discussion about it. Because like I remember like they announced like Eternal, right? But then when QuakeCon happened, they like went in depth. They're like
Yeah,
they're
they
like
did.
showing like the designs. They're showing like it was like a sit down like just like people that are really interested in the game want to sit down and just see this game.
Fun fact
you
about that first gameplay session: They were actually playing that game very fancy on purpose. You did not have to play the game that way. They after that gameplay session, they're like, shit, we actually need to make people have to play this way. Because
Yeah.
like he's shooting for weak points, he's doing all this fancy shit, but there was no reason to do it. It didn't actually benefit you in any way.
Mm.
So that's why the game got delayed initially. Okay, I'm gonna start just like talking like fucking Doom
Really?
Eternal lore, so I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
All right. What? So okay. So what else besides Doom? Because we all agree that that's going to be there almost.
Fallout 3
certainly.
Remaster.
Fallout. Okay, so you're saying a Fallout 3 remaster. Obviously, we'll see Indiana Jones. I would fucking love to see a Fallout 3 remaster.
Yeah.
I would fucking. That would be the most. That would be like, honestly, maybe. Well, no, I'm not going to say that because there's going to be. There's a lot of things that could happen that could end up being the most hype moment for me. But just having Fallout 3, like a remaster that includes all the DLCs, even though I already own them all, but like just having that in one package, also being able to play through it again and get new achievements again and everything, that would make me so happy. That would be one of the most hype moments of the show for me if we were to get a Fallout 3 remaster. Blind says CGI trailer at Xbox show and gameplay at QuakeCon. I think we'll see gameplay here. I think at least the like what Mike was saying, the mix of gameplay and CGI. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we're expecting from. Like, I certainly don't expect Blade to be here in any way.
Oh
shape,
God,
or form.
no. Yeah.
Like I feel like that.
That's still on the drawing board.
Clockwork Revolution.
I love to see.
No, I was saying,
Clockwork
I was saying just
Revolution,
from Bethesda.
Oh,
though.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Clockwork. I'm just kidding.
but
What else the fuck does Bethesda make? Dishonored 3. I'm just kidding. That's heartbreaking.
Hi-Fi Rush 2.
Jesus
Oh yeah,
Christ.
that's right.
Almost wanted to close the stream right there.
Yeah, I know. I almost like I'm actually depressed even thinking. I'm sad. But okay, now let's get happy again. Let's move on to a different studio.
All right, so
Before
up
Microsoft blows
next.
them.
Yeah, exactly. Up next, Xbox Game Studios. I know for me personally, there's a bunch of stuff I would expect to see at this show.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark being like I'm not even like I'm excited for Perfect Dark just because first person shooter. I like first person shooters.
Wasn't it supposed to be a third person they were thinking about doing?
No, it's first person.
Oh, so it's first person.
It's confirmed first person.
All right.
I like first person shooters, so hopefully it's right up my alley with like the gameplay loop and everything. Hopefully they're
have plenty
smart.
of time to work on it, so
exactly. They've had fucking more than enough time to work on that shit. Hopefully there's a multiplayer aspect because I
know the 360 Perfect Dark had multiplayer, even the N64 one, because
the N64, dude. So I never had.
What are we talking about again? I just literally
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like on N64, I never owned a Nintendo 64. My friend down the street did. And whenever we went down to his house, like we played, like he had GoldenEye, and everybody played GoldenEye.
Yeah, because like Perfect Dark was like the evolution of it was like pretty much like the sequel, but like obviously without the license.
Yes, but GoldenEye, for me personally, Perfect Dark was like the best fucking thing. Like GoldenEye was cool, but Perfect Dark was just fucking the best fucking thing. Until I played
Dark's 360 part was freaking dope.
Yeah. It is. In fact, I need to go back and play. I kind of forgot that the original you can play that on there. It is. It's pretty fucking awesome. But like until Halo CE, Perfect Dark, Unreal Tournament to a degree. I was way too young to be playing Unreal Tournament, but like Unreal Tournament and Perfect Dark were like the fucking shit. Were like the coolest fucking thing. And so I feel like if they nail this, like Tuan said, they've had plenty of time. I'm hoping they took into account things like, obviously you want a game with like a story and like a well thought out campaign, good characters and everything. But I think the most important aspect of this game is having a multiplayer, is having a fun multiplayer. Because if you do, and it's as good as it should be, that would be fucking. That would make me so happy. That would just make.
I don't think it's gonna happy. multiplayer. Even though I think I didn't even think of that. I think you're right. It should.
Yeah. Well, 360 one had online multiplayer.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's the thing that worries me with that game is because like it's a brand new studio.
Yeah.
It's their first thing ever. So I can see them not releasing a multiplayer for that game. I'm fucking hoping that is not the case.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking hoping that's not the because I get what you're saying, and I kind of feel the exact same way, and that's what worries me. So yeah, Perfect Dark I think is obvious thing. Blind in the chat, Blind Giant says State of Decay 3, which I think
That could be there.
is probably like I think everything from that original showcase, from that whole showcase with Perfect Dark, they had State of Decay, Fable was there. There was a bunch, like they showed a bunch of stuff to get everybody hyped for the new console, and we haven't seen any of it yet, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I feel like most things, ideally all things from that show, quite frankly, should be at the showcase in some way, shape, or form. The only one I could see not being at the showcase would be Fable, and that's because we've already seen Fable, and I think Fable's a 2025 game, and I think the ideal thing to do would be to wait for your Xbox Developer Direct and show it there. But outside of that, like Blind said, State of Decay 3, Perfect Dark, and stuff like that, that should all
Halo
be here.
Infinite 2.
Dude, I know you're joking there. Halo should be at this showcase in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I don't know what for. Like, I don't think they have a new game ready. But it's been like the last time you saw Halo announce something big at an Xbox showcase was before Halo Infinite launched, and that was in 2021. And that's quote unquote like it's not anymore, but that's quote unquote your biggest franchise. So it's like you can't be just going 3-4 fucking years without anything on that front. That's kind of insane. So that should have something. Don't think it will, but it fucking should. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, obviously Avowed's going to be there. We're going to see Avowed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm going to say? I think Obsidian will be there twice. I think we see Avowed, and I think we see Outer Worlds too.
Holy shit, I forgot about that game.
Oh yeah, it was announced a while ago. Yeah,
I think we see Outer Worlds too. Again, I don't think we get any information really on it, like especially not a release date or anything. But I do think it shows up again.
Did they announce that last year or the year before?
I think it was even the year before that, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they announced it a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I believe that was a 2021 showcase.
Jesus Christ! Holy crap! Okay.
Yeah, time flies.
So exactly. So like, I think that's there. I want to say Clockwork Revolution's there just because I fucking really, really want to see more Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah, that game actually looks really good. Personally,
it looks so fucking awesome. It just, I know they dropped. In fact, I'm gonna go look for it real quick. I know they dropped like some tidbit information about.
They've been dropping a lot, and it all sounds great. Like
exactly.
fully customizable weapons and stuff, and like real decisions that matter, and all that shit.
Exactly, and I'm just like, I can't imagine a world where you're like, hey, let's drop all this really cool information and not show at the showcase that's coming up right after we dropped all this really cool information. I don't know. I hope it's there though. I really want to see more of that game. That's probably outside of Avowed. That's probably my most anticipated game from Xbox Game Studios.
Yeah,
will be Clockwork Revolution. So hopefully that's there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what else.
Everwild will continue not to show.
Dude, Everwild, God, what the fuck's going on with that? And here's the thing. From what we know, or not know, but the things we hear rumored about that game, like it's a multiplayer focused, like co-op kind of thing. The way it sounds, I have no interest in that game at all, but I kind of want to see it just for my own morbid curiosity.
Yeah, just for the sake of actually seeing it, just to make sure it actually still exists, you know?
Yeah, like make sure it exists, and like you guys are definitely still working on this, because it can't just be Sea of Thieves. You can't
Yeah.
just be the Sea of Thieves studio forever. You got to have something
Mhm.
else. So hopefully, people who are excited for that get to see that there.
I'm
And I
not
just
expecting. I'm not expecting Toys for Bob's game anytime soon. I think that's going to be like at least
No.
another like 2 or 3 years out, possibly.
Yeah, and that's also a little bit of news too, because Toys for
Yeah.
Bob did officially,
Yeah.
and Xbox did officially confirm the partnership with Xbox for the next
And
game.
let's be
So
honest, it's Spyro.
yeah, it's probably I would assume it's Spyro, just because they did Crash, and Crash was cool. In fact, I still need to beat Crash 4, but they did Crash.
But Spyro hasn't
Um,
had its time in a while.
It hasn't. It hasn't. Heck, it got the remasters or the remakes, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it's either Spyro or Banjo. It can either be those two, in my opinion.
I don't think anyone's working on a Banjo. I just like, hey, Vinny bought Elden Ring. I just saw that pop up on my on the side of my PC. But yeah, I don't think anyone's working on Banjo. I think they're working on Spyro. They keep everything they show has purple in it. They keep showing pictures of Spyro.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's gonna be Spyro.
Oh yeah, it's 100% Spyro. But if it's not Spyro, it'd be Banjo. That's what I think.
They're gonna bring back Conker, make them even.
Dude, I would fucking freak if we got a new
It's-
Conquer game.
It's not watered down, but it's even more explicit than it was back then.
Oh my
even
god,
better.
dude! I want to see the sunflower with boobs again.
It's
I
just
want to remember
it's
that
just
with a giant,
rated-
massive
100%.
boobs.
Now this is what I
Remember
call
that?
a platformer game. You know?
it's
No, I
it's
want to
just
be.
rated
I
A for
want to be
adults.
storming the beaches of
Yeah.
the Teddy Normandy beaches. That was
Yeah.
freaking insane. You
Yeah,
guys
like the
played
yeah,
Conquer?
of course. Yeah, of course. I played that
I
game.
played a
multiple times.
small amount of it. I haven't really.
Yeah, there's the
really
whole like
played it.
Saving Private Ryan reference. You know, so it's really
Oh,
like
yep,
the
it's like-
exact
yeah.
same scene, but they just
It was
they
literally the exact same scene, but with
yeah, like the
squirrels
guy
and teddy
picked up
bears.
his arm. You know,
It's freaking
One thing
psychotic.
One thing I'll say about that game is, like I said, I haven't played much of it, like a small amount. That game looks very good for considering how old
yeah.
it
Yeah,
is.
You're talking about the original Xbox free
Live and
The
Reloaded.
thing, yeah, thing is,
Live
like,
It looks incredible.
Yo,
It
looks
still
great.
holds
yeah,
up.
do you want to know
It
what's
still
funny?
holds up.
Like, do you want to know
Mhm.
what's funny? Conker's Bad Fur Day on the N64, in my opinion, is the best looking N64 game. And then
I can see
Conker
that.
Live and Reloaded is the best looking OG Xbox game. It's just so
Dude,
funny to me.
easily.
Like
In
how
my opinion,
It looks
easily.
really good. It's kind of nuts
it's
considering.
just so funny how like it's the same game but remade for different consoles. Like the best looking game on like both of those consoles. I just find that funny. You know, and like if they do make a new Conker game, like they gotta like it's gotta be. I feel like they gotta make it look like graphically impressive too. Just to
They
keep
have
up.
to.
Yeah, just to keep up with like the tradition at this point. You know.
Just don't make it uncanny though, because that might be.
They make a
I
new
don't need Conquer
Conker
looking
game.
like a literal squirrel. I'll be a little too scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's photorealistic. They
Just
get
young
Ninja Theory. They get Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory's making the Conker game.
It's like, you know, like those things in SpongeBob where they sometimes zoom over to Sandy and it's like a picture of a
Oh, yeah,
squirrel. Like
yeah.
that's,
It's
Do
I
I-
don't
this
want
is-
for-
does this look unsure to you? And you know, it's like the
this look
close
unsure.
up's all like sweaty and like veiny.
Oh my god, I love SpongeBob. Oh my God. All right.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. I don't know what else I would expect. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this. I think they'll close the show with it at least before the whole Call of Duty Direct thing. I think they closed the main show with Gear 6.
Oh, that's possible. Yeah.
I
I
think
heard a lot of people have been like hyping up, like, "Oh, Gear 6, you're not ready for it," or something. You know, like.
I mean, I think it's been a long because I've always maintained that the problem with Gears of War over the last, I don't know, since Gears 4 was that we got Gears 3 in like, I don't know, late 360 gen, and then we got Gears 4 early Xbox One gen, and then Gears 5 not long after that.
Mhm.
And in between that, you had like you got Hive Busters, and you also got Gears Tactics. Like, there was no space during the Xbox One generation to be like, wow, I really miss Gears of War.
Yeah.
And for the first time in a very long time, we've had enough space in between a Gears game to be like, hey, I kind of
Yeah.
miss that franchise.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they do it right, man, the technical aspect and everything, like, I have no doubt that Gears 6 will be like one of the
probably
best
be on
looking
Unreal.
things.
Probably be on Unreal Engine 5. You know.
Yeah, it's going to be Unreal 5, and nobody outside of Epic themselves, nobody really knows Unreal better than the Coalition.
Yeah.
So it's like I would just from a technical aspect, it's going to be a fucking masterpiece. But
Yeah.
I'm interested to see if we do see it, which direction they go, because I know with Gears 4, they kind of wanted to open Gears 4, Gears 5, they kind of wanted to open things up and make it semi-open world, like a hub world kind of thing.
Mhm.
But then they kind of really toned it back with Hive Busters, and Hive Busters was the one that people really latched onto.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see like what they do. Do they keep it linear? Or do they go bigger and more open than even Gears 5? We'll see. But I think that'll be there too. I think that's a safe bet. Trying to think of anything else.
I think it's possible.
I think the big thing from this show, honestly, would honestly be the whole Activision aspect.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because obviously we're going to get the Call of
Actually,
Duty
there's
Direct.
actually one thing I actually really want to bring up, which I think is
Yeah.
actually possible for them to show.
It's not a game, but the fact that they might announce that they're bringing back the backwards compatibility program.
Well, yeah.
I think that's possible. You know,
That's-
I
and
really
that's-
announce it like they did back in like the E3 days. You know, it was like backwards compatibility, you know, like, but do that, but like kind of reintroduce it, be like, oh, it's back, boys. You know, like I'd actually love to see that in this showcase.
And that's why like I said, I think that's the biggest thing
Yeah.
probably from this showcase. Just considering the fact that now you own Activision Blizzard, it's
Yeah.
like you just basically got the rights to so many fucking games.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, you have to be thinking, hey, maybe we should revisit that backwards compatibility thing. And I think that
Yeah.
if they're going to do that, this showcase would be kind of the place to
Announce at
either-
least. Yeah.
either announce like the games or to announce that you're doing it to get people excited.
Mhm.
So I think that's going to play a pretty big part. Also, the whole Game Pass aspect. We know Call of Duty comes to Game Pass later this year.
Mhm.
But like in the meantime, what comes to Game Pass? Because
Oh, yeah.
the only game we've got from them into Game Pass so far is I think Diablo 4.
Yeah, and that's it.
And so like there's a whole bunch of games that are already in backwards compatibility from Activision.
Yeah, literally like all the Call of Duty games. You know,
Exactly. Like you could, and there's different ways you could space it out. So it's like 1 month you could have, hey, fuck, it's Modern Warfare month, you know?
Yeah.
Here's all the Modern Warfare games, and then here it's Black Ops month, and that's just for Call
Yeah.
of Duty. Forget all the other cool shit that
The
you could
prototypes,
possibly get.
you know, like
Call of Duty
Prototype.
aren't all the Call of Duties already backwards compatible?
No,
Yeah,
I'm talking
not-
about like into Game Pass. I'm talking about
Oh,
into Game
okay.
Pass. Yeah.
yeah.
But yes, they are. So like the license stuff, like Transformers. People
Oh man,
really want
yo, man, I'd
Transformers.
fucking kill if they brought back Ultimate Spider-Man on the Series X.
Holy shit! Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's a throwback.
Oh man, I'd
Ah,
love
damn.
to see that run on the
Me
Series
too.
X.
That would be
I-
pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Like it'd be awesome if they brought it'd be
Or even
going
Webs
way
of
back.
Shadows. Webs of Shadows would be sick too.
It'd be going
going to
way
die.
back, but it would be cool to
That's
see
fine.
them put Spider-Man 1 and 2 from the original Xbox
Mhm.
on there, because I mean when I was a kid those games were fucking incredible. But yeah, like just the back compat stuff and with the Game Pass announcements,
Mhm.
but also considering the fact that like we assume we're gonna see like all the 360 Call of Duties and
Mhm.
Game Pass, but like what about the more recent Call of Duty? Like what about Black Ops Cold War? What about Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3? When does that come into the equation? So there's a lot of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they have a lot of work to do on, and hopefully they give us a big hint of what's gonna happen on that front. But then also the fact, like, I don't know the exact number of studios that they got over at Activision Blizzard, but like you got a bunch of studios from that deal. Some of them are working on new things,
Mhm.
and it's like, what do we expect anything from those studios in that regard? And I just remembered this, so just to get this out of my brain real quick, when we were talking about Bethesda, a studio that we all kind of forgot, myself included, was ZeniMax Online. They've been working on a game for a pretty long time at this point.
Oh yeah.
and I know for a while. I think that was even rumored to be at the last showcase.
Yeah.
So
Wasn't it?
so maybe they show something, but then there's tons of situations like that within Activision where it's like you guys are working on something before you got acquired. How far along are you, and will you be ready to show at the showcase? And it's we'll find out. I
Wasn't
think
there
we'll
a
see a
rumor it
few
was a Star
things
Wars game and now it's not a Star Wars game or something? Wasn't there
from from the Elder Scrolls Online team,
ZeniMax?
ZeniMax.
Yeah.
Yes, ZeniMax Online. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like specifically a Mandalorian thing. Was
Oh,
like
okay.
the big rumor, and then apparently it's
No, it
not a
wasn't like it's thought.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, like is Software was working on it or something. I heard. Like
Well,
id
that
Software was
like
working on
the
like
whole
a Star
Mandalorian
Wars
thing.
game.
It went through like a whole host of studios. It was like ZeniMax Online is making a Mandalorian game, and it was like id Software is making a Mandalorian game, and then it's
Yeah, I
like,
remember
what the
that.
fuck?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It's like everybody within Bethesda was making a Mandalorian game at one point. So who the fuck knows, really? I don't think. I feel like if you were making a Mandalorian game, that's something you would want to get out there very fast. I feel like we'd have heard about it by now. So I don't think that's the case, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But do
If I
you
get another
guys
Star Wars MMO, I might explode. That'd be insane.
There you go. What's fuck? I forgot the name of the game you're playing.
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
The Old Republic. They announced the Old Republic 2.
I might actually like fucking lose it if that happened.
Mm.
If like both
It's-
good and bad.
It was
That would
made.
happen.
It was
It's
made
why-
by. It was made by Phil Spencer.
Because EA owns the Old
Yeah.
Republic one.
Oh my god, that's EA, right? Because it was the BioWare studio.
That's why the story is fucking great.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Good
so that's
for
why I
them.
really recommend it. Like the story's great.
Well, BioWare wasn't owned by EA until like not.
Relatively recently, but they worked with EA for a long time because
Yeah, they did.
the Mass Effect games for all the way from Mass Effect 1 were published by EA.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still need to beat Mass Effect 3.
But like,
Jesus
I don't.
Christ.
BioWare wasn't owned by EA during like the OG Xbox days. I'm pretty sure though they were not.
No, they weren't.
No,
They weren't.
It's just the
Uh,
game is owned by E EA.
Yeah, but I mean, Blind says they should drip feed older COD games. Start with the Black Ops games. Yeah, that would be the smart thing to do. Just put the Black Ops games in there.
Smart thing to do would you shut up, blind. That's a smart thing.
I'm gonna throw his comment right up on the screen because you said
I'm
that,
playing
but-
a video game right
Yeah,
now,
man,
but I
you-
can't even see it.
Man, do it be like
Oh.
do it be the
I'm
you know
playing
do
the
it be
Old
the
Republic.
biggest power play when it comes to like the old Call of Duties on Game Pass would be to include the DLC. That would be insane.
Please do that.
Because,
that's
like, the
that's
DLC is
kind of
so
like
expensive.
necessary.
Like
Yeah.
the DLC is so expensive. They never drop the price on it. Having that
Yeah,
for free would be fucking a godsend because you could actually find matches with those maps again.
and here's the thing: if you're not gonna include the DLC, which you should, and I kind of like I just said, that's to me that's almost a requirement.
Yeah.
I think like at the bare minimum, what you could do is as you're releasing these games, like Blind said, the Black Ops games, say, hey, this month we're releasing all the Black Ops games into Game Pass, and all of the Black Ops DLCs will be on sale for like $2 a piece.
Yeah, the
Or
bare
some shit.
minimum, yeah.
At the very fucking minimum. That's like the least you could do. Because a lot of those games from the 360, like the map packs are kind of necessary. Like you need
Yeah,
them
like some
to
of the
play
best
them now.
content is on those map packs, you know.
Well, yeah, it's not even that though, but it's just like the fact that like if you want to queue up in Modern Warfare 2, you're gonna get put into really shitty lobbies if you don't have
Yeah.
those map packs.
Mhm.
Really shitty lobbies.
Well, it's either the thing I noticed is like either you gotta have all the map packs or none of them too, right? Because
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
because if you have like a mix, like one, I have map pack 1 or map pack 3, like you're not gonna find any lobbies at all. Like you're just not gonna
Exactly.
find games, you know.
Exactly.
So,
So they need to figure that out. Hopefully, that's something they're thinking about, honestly, because that would be the smart thing. But yeah, I mean, I think that's probably what they'll do. They'll drip feed Black Ops, Modern Warfare, you know, all the more not retro. That's the completely wrong term. The more old school, like I call it, like the World War One and World War Two Call of Duties and stuff like that.
World War One Call of Duties.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have a World War One Call of
I
Duty.
It's
know.
World War II. Yeah.
I fucked up. World War Two Call
88.
of
I'm
Duties
just
though.
kidding. That'd be cool though.
But yeah, like Call of Duty 2, 3, and then I guess also Call of Duty World War II from 2017. Which, by the way, real quick,
I wanna play
that game was
so bad.
that game was underrated.
Yeah, well,
People
I know,
talk.
like I know that
people
game
talk-
actually went through like a whole like they actually like rebuilt everything from the ground up like halfway through that game's life. Apparently, like they like redesigned everything because like
I
was
wouldn't be
a lot of-
surprised.
like
I wouldn't be surprised. I remember when that game came out, I was so excited for it because it was like I was very much burnt out on like, hey,
yeah,
here's another futuristic sci-fi Call of Duty. It's like if I wanted that, I would just play a futuristic sci-fi shooter. There's plenty of
Mhm.
those. I just want call like boots on the ground type shit.
yeah.
And then they showed the trailer. It's like boots on the ground. It's like fuck yeah. And then I played it and I was like, this is fucking incredible. And then I got online and saw everybody talk about it. This is dog shit. And I'm just like, you guys stink. You guys stink. And this is why I can't
Yeah.
have anything good.
Yeah, but like I said, when it first came out, like a lot of people hated it, right? But like I said, they overhauled it like halfway through its life, and apparently a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, it's actually really good now." So I don't know.
It's-
Like that
it
war
was-
game mode was really cool. I remember I was in the beta for it, and I thought that was the coolest thing Call of Duty did. Like they tried to not just be the team deathmatch game.
Yeah.
They tried to actually like do something.
They did
We're
really
building a
cool
bridge.
shit.
We're building a bridge. You know.
Yeah,
I
right. Yeah.
fucking loved that game mode. Dude, me and
That's how
Josh,
they
that was
fly.
like the only thing me and Josh would play for like probably a year or so. It was like the only thing we played was that game mode. But yeah, that's besides the point. But yeah, I mean, I think the show will be awesome. We'll know for sure the next time we do a show. We'll have seen the show. We'll be able to talk about it, what we liked, what we didn't like, and all that fun stuff. So
But it's gonna be on a Sunday, so we might be able to even
We
live
will.
stream it.
I'm absolutely live streaming this. Which,
So
by
I mean,
the
I'm
way,
gonna be free. So
yeah, if you want to join. I know Mike said he's going to be there. I want to
Mike
try
has
to
to
get
be. Yeah,
Took a
Mike
day
has
off-
to be
I
there.
took- I took my day off. I took a day off work. Paid day off.
Poggers. So Mike's going to be there. Twan's going to be there. I'm obviously going to be there. I'm going to see if I can get Vinny. Ham said he wants to stop by for it. I know Ham's going to be also doing a recap show over on his channel after the show's over. I'm going to try to get our whole group chat in on the thing, honestly. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens, but definitely going to be reacting to that one way or another here on the channel. So look forward to that. But this was like the longest show we've done in a long time. We hit the 2
Yeah,
hour
holy
mark.
shit.
We didn't
Yeah.
even talk about like Call of Duty, like about Black Ops 6 at all.
That's you know
We don't
yeah,
need to talk
let's do
about
it.
Call of Duty. we
Let's
really need to talk about Call of Duty.
Let's talk about Call
Oh
of
my
Duty.
god! I gotta be up in like 8 hours, like 7 hours now.
Juan, what are your thoughts on Call of Duty?
Because, like-
Starting with Call of Duty 2.
Oh
No.
my god!
Okay, so back in I'm showing, but anyways, like me and Mike were actually talking about this like before the show. Like Black Ops 6 has the potential to be like the biggest Call of Duty release since like the Modern Warfare reboot. Like it had like this because like just on Game Pass alone, that's already like a massive step. Like I have friends that usually aren't even that into Call of Duty anymore, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'll definitely play it at launch." Because just to play the campaign, because it's like, why not? You know, buy Game Pass for a month, play it, and that's it, right? So like people that usually aren't even interested in spending like dropping $70 on COD, they're interested in playing it because the entry to actually get in is so low now. So that's one thing. And plus on top of that, it's Black Ops, right? And that Black Ops is probably one of the more popular Call of Duty series. And it's even the vibes. Like my friend, like he's like, man, I haven't been this excited for a Call of Duty game in so long. Cause like the vibes are like so Black Ops 1.
Yeah,
That's
they're, like,
what I'm
it-
getting from.
It's the best advertising I
Yeah.
think they've done in a long time. Like genuinely, like it's like
I agree with
everything you
that.
know is a lie. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
god. They're showing
Yeah.
like pictures of Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, like
apparently
the- yeah,
the
the
9/11
marketing,
mentioned
yeah, like
in
that-
one place. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, like
They're
that
showing
marketing
real
is giving
clips
me
of
like
like things that's happened. I'm like, what the fuck is? What are they? It's so funny though. I saw a viral tweet. It's like they'll say stuff like this, and it'll be something like President Nixon injected us all with the Z virus or something. You know, like that'll be the
Yeah.
actual like spooky
like
thing.
what?
But it's
That's
like I
fine.
love that advertising. I love
Yeah, like
that,
it's like Black Ops 1 vibes to me. Like, and I
yeah,
just love
dude,
it.
like dude, it's
Like,
just like that whole, freaky shit's happening, and you don't
yeah,
know the actual truth, and it's like,
yeah.
hell yeah, I don't know the
Yeah.
actual truth.
Yeah, I think I would totally agree. This will
Yeah.
be like the most played Call of Duty at launch. Just off, I mean, just in general, off of the hype of like, especially coming off Modern Warfare 3, which like I love the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, but
Yeah.
quite frankly, that campaign was it's such a dud that I didn't even finish it. I have no
No.
desire to finish that campaign, quite honestly.
Yeah,
Which is depressing coming off of Modern Warfare 2, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
But like after having a down year with Call of Duty, or what Call of Duty would consider a down year, which many
Yeah.
games would consider fucking incredible, but
Yeah.
like after having a down year to go from Modern Warfare 3 to probably the biggest
Mhm.
series in Call of Duty, which is the Black Ops series,
Yeah.
it's going to be huge, be the first one in Game Pass. It's still releasing everywhere else. Like you're obviously going to get people on PlayStation playing it, PC playing it.
Yeah.
You'll have people on Xbox for sure playing it. So it'll be exciting. It'll be a really, really exciting
Mhm.
launch. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. Plus, now I don't need to buy Call of Duty again, which I'm pretty happy about that. Honestly,
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 is the last one.
yeah, I like because at this point, I'm probably never gonna let my Game Pass subscription lapse,
Mhm.
and so yeah, I'll just never need to buy Call of Duty again,
Mhm.
and that's pretty.
Yeah, I mean,
awesome.
that's when I was buying Modern Warfare 3, I was like, this is probably gonna be the last time I need to buy a Call of Duty at full price, because like it's
Yeah,
especially because see, right now it's on Game Pass, right? So
exactly,
I was right.
100%. But that, I think that brings us to the end of the show, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like we can
Yeah.
get out of here. We can do the outros. Whoever wants to start us off in the outros, Mike or Twan, whoever.
find
I'll
me
go
here
last.
every Monday at 8 o'clock sharp. If you're not here, I swear to
AM.
God, I'll find you.
Wait, is it
Yeah.
Monday?
Isn't
Oh yeah,
today
today's
Monday?
Monday. That's right. Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm so like
Yeah,
tired
it
right
is.
now.
Twan, what about you?
Oh yeah, you can find me like Mike said. You can find me here on Mondays that we do this show. You can find me on Twitter. It's me Twan. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll upload a YouTube video if I'm
I know,
really feeling that.
don't you owe us like 50,000 YouTube like subscriptions or something? I don't know the hell that bet was.
Wait,
That's
what? Wait,
You're
what?
supposed to have like 1 million subscribers by now. I don't know what the hell the thing was.
Yeah. You know, 10,000. I think it was like 10,000.
Yeah.
That was like
Oh my
last
God,
year. I
Twan.
lost. Yeah. Oh well.
Oh
Fuck,
well.
it's already June. Fuck, my birthday is coming up soon. It's my birthday
you.
month. So
My birthday's tomorrow.
really?
No,
My
it's
birthday,
not.
my birthday was actually a week ago.
Is it actually?
Shut up. No.
Yep.
I'm
Yeah,
so
it was.
lost.
Fuck yeah, it was.
If it was, and if it was,
I'm
Twan, you shouldn't feel bad. You just
42.
deserve to
I'm
be praised.
42 years old.
Well, happy belated birthday
You
or
look like
happy
it.
like birthday in the
I went
future.
out to dinner with my wife and kids, and we had a
My wife and kids.
grand time at
That's
Chuck
good.
E. Cheese.
Nice.
Oh, playing in the ball pit.
Fuck yeah.
Some
beat
Mario
the-
Kart arcade.
Just imagine Matt just playing in a ball pit.
I'm in
He's
the
the
ball pit,
fu-
7 feet tall. In this scenario, I'm 42 years old.
I can imagine screaming at the kids, "Turn the hell out of it!"
Oh my god. So as for myself, you can obviously find me here Mondays 8 p.m. Eastern for this show, the L3R3 podcast with these guys. Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern for the two-player podcast with myself and Ham Solo. And then videos every Monday and Friday. Videos are kind of weird lately because I didn't do a video today. I'll have a video Friday. And then hopefully get back to the normal schedule of Monday, Friday for videos. And that is where you can find me. Also over on Ham's channel, TSWS Gaming, Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern for Bull Sitting. That link for that channel is in the description below, so you can check that out. You can also find me on Twitter at MyLikesGames. And that is all the places where you can find me. We're going to get out of here. We've been going for, almost 2 hours, 15 minutes. So we will see you all next week. after the Xbox Showcase and after Summer Games Fest. Thank you for watching and have a good week.
Peace.
Bye.